Welcome back to Grover C. Redford Gymnasium on the campus, Missouri Valley College. The women's game goes to the visitors today. The number 1 team in the country, number 1 in the conference, the Pioneers of Mid-America Nazarene. Vikings had the lead going into the fourth quarter, but couldn't hold on, and the Pioneers escaped with a victory today. Now it's turn for the men. The Pioneers come in with a record in conference of 3-2. They're 4-3 overall. The Vikings come in with a overall record of 5-3 and 4-2. And Joe, I thought the Vikings had a very nice game in Evangel on Thursday night. Played really well the entire 40 minutes.
Really controlled a good team on their court. You'd love to see that. They really did a great job and led pretty well wire to wire. And a lot of guys contributed and really put the pedal to the metal down the stretch. Just a lot of good things happened. But this will be a tough test today. You got a team that was in the Final Four last year, a lot of players back, and their record a little deceiving. They're only 3-2 in conference play, but their 2 losses, an overtime loss to Peru State and a very close loss on the road to a real good Grandview team. So they're the real deal.
Well, you know, Rocky's team will always get better as the season goes on. By the time we play them in Olathe, they'll be a much improved team. I can pretty much guarantee you that, or we're going to see today.
Well, and they're missing a key ingredient in this Jamison, the big guy, and I forget. I think they listed him at 6'10". He broke both of his wrists in a game a couple weeks ago, and I tell you what, he's a real deal. But they've got another interesting player, Ostertag.
Cody Ostertag.
Cody Ostertag. He's the son of former KU and NBA star Greg Ostertag. So, he's that Ostertag name is a pretty good basketball name.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of the University of Missouri Tigers, you probably didn't root for his dad.
No.
We'll see how Cody plays today.
We're not going to root for him today either.
And I tell you what I did. I dates me. I asked the trainer over there. I said, "Is that his brother?" He says, "No, it's his son."
Yeah, I asked the Sass Rocky Lamar the same thing.
His brother. He goes, "Oh no, it's his son." And he's not that old, so he had Cody. He spent about 11 years in the NBA, so we'll talk about him today. Justin Randall's back. We do know that, the 6'7" senior, averaging 14 points a game. I had a chance to visit with Coach Chad Lance a few moments ago.
Chad Lance joins us before this ball game with the Pioneers. Coach, first of all, congratulations. 200 wins and a nice ball game Thursday night in Springfield.
Yeah, it was a great ball game. I thought our guys came out and was able to get an early lead and kind of stayed the course, and we was able to hold off Evangel's little run that they had. And I spoke in the post game that if we can guard them, we can guard anybody. They do such a good job of moving all their pieces in a 5-man motion and keeping the big spaced. So I thought we did a nice job.
200 wins tells me 2 things. You're pretty successful at what you do, and you've been at it a long time.
Well, I don't know about the first part, but I have been at it a little bit, and I'm very grateful the players that I've had and the opportunity to do it here at Missouri Valley, and the administration and all the support that we've had. So I've been very blessed.
Here we go. We're going to take on the Pioneers. How many overtimes today?
Hopefully regulation and the Vikings come out with a win.
I say that because how many times at their place or here have we played 2, 3 overtimes and some strange things have happened?
We've had a lot of wars with MidAm. I don't know if it's playing styles. I don't know what it is. But, we definitely have some battles. And just a couple of years ago, we had a loose ball situation where we ended up basically winning at the buzzer to basically advance to the national tournament.
It's a good ball game when you play these. You know Rocky's teams, he knows yours, so I guess that's you're not going to change too much.
No, definitely. And they play a little unconventional. They're one of the fastest teams in college basketball. They average about 88 points a game, and that's down for them a little bit. They're usually in the 90s. So they're going to play extremely fast and play up tempo and try to get you to do some uncharacteristic things. So our transition D has to be on point today.
Coach, let's go get them. And let's do it in regulation, all right?
Let's definitely do it in regulation.
All right.
Our national anthem. We'll have the starting lineups, and then we'll get started. The second half for a doubleheader. Over or under? Overtime at all, Joe, or 2 or 3 of them today? When these, like I told Chad, when these 2 teams get together, don't be surprised if it goes a little extra time.
I don't care how long it takes. If we can get a W out of the day's work, we'll take
That's
it.
right.
Yeah, these two teams, and, both these coaches, they do it the right way. Their teams are well coached. They know each other well. There are not a lot of surprises, and it should be a good game.
Ryan Garcia being introduced. Payne Andrus. Justin Randall, their leading scorer, 14 points a game. Hudson Welty, there's a name we've heard, 6.7 points a contest. And then Gabriel Jordan is 6'2", junior. So it's Randall, Andrus, Garcia, Welty, and Jordan, the starters for the Pioneers. The Vikings go with Brody Gromwald, their leading scorer, 14.5 points a game. Remy Price, a 5'11" junior in the starting lineup. Remy out of Chicago. Tim Washington, 12.6 points a game. Also a junior college, played at Morton Community College. Bobby Collins, 6'3" sophomore out of St. Louis. And let's see who's in the middle. Is it going to be Devontae Halfacre? Devontae Halfacre.
Ken, and one thing Coach Lamar and I, we just talked a minute ago. We talked about all the players he's got coming back off that team that made it to the Final Four, but he mentioned, not bashfully at all, he said, we're missing a guy that made us go, Nick Sarai, the point guard. Kind of an unsung hero on this team, but boy, he's a guy that got the ball down the court against pressure, seemed to always get it into the right hands when the game was on the line. And I tell you what, sometimes a guy like that is invaluable.
Oh, yeah, and he was a good one, no question about it. Pioneers in their red road uniforms, blue MNU across the chest, white numerals. The Vikings in their home gray with the orange trim, orange numerals, and Joe All has the first half.
Well, Justin Randall, Devontae Halfacre will jump it up to start the game here, and Pioneers and the Vikings, always a good matchup, and Mid-America controls the opening tap. We're underway as they bring it across the timeline. Payne Andrus now head of the key. It comes to Garcia. Garcia gets a return pass guarded by Growald. Now to Gabriel Jordan down the baseline. Jordan pump fakes now out to Randall, and Randall missed the jump shot. Justin Randall, a very good player, the leading scorer on this team, averaging 14 points a game, missed the first one. Here come the Vikes. Vikes a great win Thursday night down at Evangel. Really played well, wire to wire, 87-71 win. Now Remy Price back to Bobby Collins. Deep three by Tim Washington. This one hits the front of the rim. Good screen out that time by Hudson Welty as he screened Devontae Halfacre off on the rebound. Andrus down the side to Jordan. Jordan crashes inside, and he's going to be tied up by Remy Price. Nice job of Remy. Remy's a double team Jordan on the drive. Remy got the hand in on the ball with the alternate possession rule. It goes back to the Vikings.
Well, let's see if we can get this offense going here like we did Thursday night.
Bobby Collins, who played real big in that game against Evangel. I thought Bobby had his best game of the year. Washington, right wing to Price. Man-to-man defense. Wrap around into Halfacre. Devontae's jump hook in the lane. And, Ken, how many times have we seen Devontae Halfacre get off to a good start? He does it there, gets the first basket of the game. Now Garcia back out to Andrus, dribbles to the right wing, now down in the corner to Hudson Welty, into Randall. Randall spins on Halfacre off the glass, got it. You'll see that a lot. Justin Randall, a very good player.
Yes.
He got the low block that time on Halfacre, put it in, we're tied at 2. Growald, right wing over to Remy. Remy goes around a screen, going right-handed down the baseline. Reverse shot, good. And that time Price went right around Hudson Welty and laid it in. Vikes go back up 4-2. Now Jordan. Oh, Jordan tripped, no call. Down the baseline to Randall. Back out to Welty. Now Payne Andrus wants to reset the offense down with 10 on the shot clock. Andrus just outside the free throw line, puts up a jumper, missed it. Rebound underneath, a battle underneath, and they're going to say that MidAm touched it last. Ball back to the Vikings. Vikes lead it 4-2. Brody Growald got off to a great start.
Yep.
I think Brody, 16 points in the first half the other night.
And then Tim Washington took over in the second half.
Certainly did. Price around a screen outside. Back out head of the key to Collins. Over on the left wing to Washington. Washington comes around a screen set by Halfacre. Now double team. Washington lost it for a middle, got it back, missed the shot. Here come the Pioneers. Baseline Welty. Now Andrus will set it between the circles, head of the key. Wraparound pass down to Jordan. Jordan spins in. Good job by Halfacre to pick him up, but Jordan regains his composure, gets the ball back, puts it off the glass. We're tied at 4.
That was just a good, strong move by Jordan. He just went right up through the double team.
Vikings, Gronwald gets around Andrus to the baseline. Now back head of the key to Washington. Right wing, Remy Price. Remy puts it on the deck with a left-hand dribble. Wrap around into Halfacre. Devontae's jump hook, good. So Devontae Halfacre's got the ball in the lane twice, flipped up 2 jump hooks and hit them both. He's got 4 of the 6 Viking points. Vikings ahead by 2. Garcia. Jordan, head of the key to Andrus. Andrus guarded by the quick man, Remy Price. Now a nice baseline drive by Randall, and he's going to be fouled. As that time Justin Randall took it right down the baseline. Missed the shot, but draws the foul. And that foul is going to come up on Bobby Collins. That's the first foul of the game against either team. That'll put Mr. Randall on the line for 2 shots. Again, he averages 14 points a game, the leading scorer on this well-balanced team. They've got 5 guys averaging between 10 and 14 points. Randall's first shot, good. He'll have one more as he'll try to tie it up. As coming into the Mid-America lineup is Jonathan Green. Also checking in is Jonas Page. Page played on this team last year. Second shot by Randall. This one's short. And a battle for the loose ball. It's run down by Green. Mid-America retains possession. Vikings up by a point. 16-11 left to play in the first half. Green lobs that Jordan got behind the defense. That time a nice lob pass as Jonathan Green finds Gabriel Jordan posting up. Jordan has 4. Mid-America leads it by a point. Price, right wing to Washington. Head of the key, Gronwald. Brody, a runner in the lane. This one's short, but Brody gets his own offensive rebound. Tried to hand into Bobby Collins in traffic. Bobby can't get the handle, but finally does come away with it, puts it up, draws the foul. And boy, how did Bobby Collins come out of there with that ball? That was a scrum in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get out of the lane.
3 different Pioneers had a hand on that ball, and somehow Collins came out of it, had the ball, flipped it up, and draws the 2-shot foul. And that foul comes up on Jonas Page. Collins with 2 right here. Bobby's first shot, missed it. Collins is a sophomore out of St. Louis. Bobby will have one more here as he'll try to tie this thing back up. Kyle Hickey gets set to check in from Missouri Valley. Next shot by Collins, good. We're tied at 7.
Tim Washington checks out. Hickey's in.
Collins averaging 8.8 points a game. A little pressure by the Vikings in the backcourt. Not much, though, as Jonas Page walks it very quietly across the timeline. Andrus, point guard on this team, sets a high post to Green. Green spins up on Collins. Green fakes a jump shot. Now hands outside to Randall. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Mid-America's going to have to hurry. Andrus, head of the key, drives in, flips it up, and they're going to call him for a travel. So good defense by the Vikings. They made Mid-America run it all the way down on the shot clock. Finally, Payne Andrus, the point guard, tried to spin through the lane, put up a runner, but they called him for traveling. Tied at 7. Hickey. Kyle gets it on the right wing. Growald fakes a 3, now backs up. Good defense by Mid-America's Jonas Page right in his face that time. Oh, a give and go to Collins, and Bobby had it blocked away.
Good job, and good defense as well by Jordan. The Vikings will get it underneath.
Hickey and Bobby Collins run that old pick and roll. They ran that back when I played, and that's a long time ago, but good D by the Pioneers. Get it into Halfacre. Devontae, there's that jump hook again. Got another one. Where did that come from?
Keep it up, keep it up.
Devontae Halfacre has 6 of the Vikings' 9 points as he hits his 3rd shot in the lane, 3 out of 3.
That's a good touch. He's got a good touch on that shot.
Down low, Jordan. Jordan spins up. Missed the shot. Oh, a nice, almost a nice offensive rebound by Randall, but he couldn't handle it. It bounces off his shoulder out of bounds. So the ball goes back to Missouri Valley. The Vikings lead by 2, 14 and a half minutes left to play in the first half. Come on, guys, keep the pedal to the metal here. It's Price, Collins, Halfacre, Gronwald, and Kyle Hickey, the 5 on the floor for Missouri Valley right now. Gronwald, an open 3 from the left wing. This one bangs off the back of the rim, and a battle for the loose ball as Collins and Jordan both go after it. Both had possession, so they're going to say that's a tie-up. And with the alternate possession rule, the ball will go back to Mid-America with 14:15 left. Likes to put a little pressure on in the backcourt. Now bringing it across. New point guard, Camden Chrisman, in the lineup for Mid-America. He's the point guard right now. Outside it comes to Jonas Page. There's a jump shot by Randall. This one hits the rim, rolls around, and comes out. Rebound, Gronwald. Brody quickly the other way. Skip pass across to Remy. Remy picked up by Chrisman, gets it head of the key to Bobby. Collins hands over to Hickey. Kyle back to Brody. Brody goes baseline, picked up there by Jordan. There's a jumper by Collins, got it. Knocks it down, Bobby Collins. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Collins has 3. And Missouri Valley, I think that's their biggest lead of the game, Ken. They lead by 4.
Good ball movement by the Vikings, as you said, and Bobby Collins is becoming more and more of a all-around player on this team. He's going to come out and get a little break here.
Chisholm Obanecki checks into the lineup for the Vikings. Chisholm, a junior out of Rolette, Texas. Chrisman hands out, to almost walk with it, gives it outside to Jonas Page, over to Randall on the right wing. Randall back to Jordan. Jordan with a left-hand jumper, got it. So Gabriel Jordan for the Pioneers, Devontae Halfacre for the Vikings have been the scoring story so far. Each have 6 points as Vikings hold on to a 2-point lead. Gronwald, runner on the baseline, hit the basket, missed it, but Devontae Halfacre, Johnny on the spot, got the offensive rebound and the stick back. He's got 8 points, and now Halfacre gets a block.
Yep.
Where'd he get that energy, Ken?
Keep it up, keep it up.
Here comes Hickey. Well, knocked away by Randall. That was a major, big-time block.
Big-time block there.
Head to Jonathan Green. Green down low, and good job by Halfacre to get a hand on it. And Devontae says, Coach, I'm doing all I can, but I need a blow right now. Looks like Romeo Smith's going to come in. Devontae will sit down, but nice job by the big guy. What a lift.
Great job.
What a start he got off to.
Great
8 points
job.
and several good defensive plays. Mid-America's ball. Vikings up by 4. Chrisman outside, guarded by Gronwald. He'll come around a screen by Randall. Hands to Page. They get it to Jordan. Now taken away. Stolen by Price. Vikes want to run. Price goes rack to rack. They're going to say, call a foul, I think, before the shot. The ball went in the basket. But I think they're going to say that there's a foul before the shot.
David Nelson, I think. Does he have number 10 out there?
Yeah, I didn't see him.
Yeah, there's David Nelson.
Yeah, is he there? Right,
yeah.
Number 10.
Yeah.
So David Nelson draws the foul. He kind of snuck into the lineup there, I think. But he's whistled for the foul. It's a non-shooting foul, so the Vikings will inbound under their own basket up by 4. Head of the key, it comes to Remy. Now to Gronwald. Gronwald guarded very closely by Jonas Page. Now Hickey down the baseline. Back to Romeo. Romeo, the left-handed 3, spins around the rim and comes out. And Randall takes the rebound in the crowd. Here comes Page for MidAm. Page puts it up, and he's going to be hammered. And I think they're going to call that foul, I believe, on Obanecki. I think Obanecki reached around on the drive. Yep, that's who it is. Chisholm Obanecki kind of stuck a hand in there as Jonas Page drove down the left side. Obanecki got him. Oh, and they're going to say that's a shooting foul. I thought he got him on the drive.
I did too. So Page will be at the line.
Page with 2 shots. First one good. I think the Pioneers got a break right there. I think Jonas Page was whacked on the drive, and now Welty back in. Justin Randall will take the seat for Mid-America. And Ryan Garcia comes back in, and Gabriel Jordan will sit down. Again, it's hard for a guy to go all 40 minutes. As fast as basketball is played today, you need a breather from time to time. Second shot by Page, rolls around the rim, comes out, but Welty gets the offensive rebound and misses the follow. Brody Growald comes away with it. There's a jumper out of the corner by Hickey. This one rolls around, but a nice offensive rebound. Obanecki missed the shot. Got another rebound, missed another one. Got another one, Romeo, and missed it. Boy, what a job on the offensive glass as Chisholm Obanecki and Romeo Smith both get offensive rebounds. Neither could convert the shot, but Romeo's fouled, and the Viking bench applauds that flurry right there.
Tim Washington will get set to come back in.
Foul comes up on Welty. That's his first. That's team foul number 3 on the Pioneers. Shot by Romeo, good.
Good job.
So Romeo knocks one down. The Vikings 2 out of 3 from the line. Smith will have one more as he'll try to give the Vikings a 5-point lead. Remy Price comes out. And Tim Washington back into the Viking lineup. Second shot by the left-hander, Romeo Smith, is in the air. Got it. It's a nice job, Romeo. 15-10, 11:30 left to play in the first half. Garcia gets it head of the key to Chrisman. Now deep on the right wing, it goes over to Jonathan Green. Green guarded by Obanecki. Gets it back to Page. Deep three from the head of the key. Bangs off the back of the rim. Good rebound. Grunwald for the Vikings. Brody out to Hickey. Left wing, Washington. Timmy thinks about a three, and now Obanecki hits the deck. Grunwald comes around at Obanecki's screen. Deep three by Washington. Got it! Tim Washington buries a three from well beyond the arc. And that was a deep one that time. Vikings lead it by 8. Now real quickly the other way, the Mid-America Pioneers get the ball down the floor very quickly. Jonathan Green takes it to the bucket, and he's fouled by Chisholm Obanecki. That'll be Obanecki's second foul. And that puts Jonathan Green. He is a junior out of Davidson, North Carolina. He's on the line for 2 shots here. First one rolls out, no good. 18-10, Missouri Valley leads, just under 11 minutes left to play here in the first half. Green with one more. Got this one. So Green converts 1 out of 2. And Randall comes back in for Mid-America. Jonas Page will take a seat. For the Vikings, it's Bobby Collins, Kyle Hickey, Tim Washington, Brody Growald, Romeo Smith, the 5 on the floor right now. Hickey takes it to the left wing, guarded by Green. Skip pass across to Timmy. Washington almost had his pocket picked. Now had it knocked away. Bodies on the floor. They're going to call a tie-up.
And the Vikings will get it on the possession.
Yep. 10:41 left to play. Grunwald will inbound under his own bucket with his team up by 7. Brody into the corner to Washington. Back out, head of the key to Hickey. Now the Vikes throw it into the backcourt. That'll be a turnover. An unforced turnover that time as Missouri Valley tosses it over the midcourt line. So MidAm gets it back. 10.5 to go. Paige Andrus back in the game. Now Grunwald. Brody takes it away from Green. Now bodies on the floor. Now it comes away to Randall. Ahead to Green. Green drives in on Romeo. Missed the shot, but they're going to saddle Romeo with the foul.
At least it would have been a layup if he didn't go up, tried to block the shot, got him in the arm, but he's going to make him earn him at the line.
Yeah, did not give him just an open. You could have just backed away and said, go ahead and lay it in, but Romeo didn't do that. So good hustle by Romeo Smith. And again, Romeo, a junior out of Chicago. But he draws the foul, and that'll put Jonathan Green on the line for 2 shots here. Green's first shot good. So Green will have one more as he'll try to pull the Pioneers a little bit closer. It's an 18-12 lead right now for the Missouri Valley Vikings. Vikings trying to win their 5th conference game. Only 2 losses in the conference so far. Second shot by Green, bingo. So Green knocks down both. It's an 18-13 game. Price goes to the right wing, head of the key to Hickey. Now Washington comes around a Romeo screen. Price on the right wing, guarded by Andrus. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Mike's going to need to get into some kind of a rhythm right here. Romeo, oh, nice spin move. What a great spin move. He left Payne Andrus in the dust that time.
Whoa!
Now a steal and a slam by Romeo. Wow. Oh, what a spin move by Remy Price, and good hustle on the defensive end, and Romeo gets the slam.
Well, he got the bucket, got the steal, got it to Romeo, and he slammed it with the left hand. What a performance.
How quick is Remy Price? Yeah. How many things does he make happen out there?
Whew. All of a sudden, it's a 9-point lead.
And that foul comes up on Hudson Welty, so right now Romeo Smith out of Chicago could make it a 10-point game.
That brought the crowd to their feet.
Romeo's shot, got another one. So, boy, Romeo Smith all of a sudden in the blink of an eye has scored 5 straight points. Well, not 5 straight. Price got that basket right before that. But he scored 5 points. Now Garcia down low to Welty. Deep three by Jordan, head of the key. This one short. Guess who got the rebound? Romeo. Here come the Vikings. Washington. Timmy, head of the key at Gronwald. Reverse it on the left wing to Price. Price drives in, throws up a wild shot with the right hand, but he's fouled by Andrus, so a nice take. And again, Remy left-handed, but that time went all the way with the right hand, put it up, and draws contact.
And that is the 5th foul on the Pioneers, but it's a shooting foul.
So Remy Price averaging 10.1 points a game, one of the 4 double-figure scorers on this Viking team will be at the line. First shot, no good. You know, I thought Remy was left-handed. He shoots a lot with the left hand, but he shot that free throw. Shoots his free throws right-handed, so I don't know I guess he's, what do you call it, ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous.
So
maybe he should shoot them left-handed.
Yeah,
he missed both of those.
Missed them both. 23-13, Vikings lead by 10 against a very good Mid-America team. Andrus, guarded by Hickey. Goes to the baseline. Nice block. Kyle knocked it away, but Andrus gets it back. Spin move by Jordan. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Trap over the corner. There's a jumper out of the corner by Randall. No good. Rebound to Washington. Here comes Remy to the rack. Got it. Remy Price just exploded down the floor. Give him 6. The Vikings lead by 12. Wow. Vikes playing well on the defensive end right now. They've held this team to just 13 points, and Coach Rocky Lamar wants a timeout. So, boy, Ken, a couple of explosive baskets by Remy Price. Did he get down that floor quickly that last time or what?
Yes, he did, and he's led this charge as the Vikings open up a 12-point lead. This is a full timeout. Well, the football is set, and it'll be Baker against St. Francis.
So Baker came back to win.
A 77-yard touchdown pass with 28 seconds left.
Wow, kind of reminiscent.
Eastern Oregon punted on 2nd down. Brutell threw it to our buddy Clarence Clark, 77 yards. Well, it's just their year.
Yeah,
they could have easily had 2 losses to us and to the Vikings and also to Eastern Oregon. They didn't, so they'll take on St. Francis. And St. Francis handled Reinhardt. So congratulations to the Wildcats. They go for what would be the first national championship for the Heart of America Conference.
Well, and, you know, Missouri Valley and Baker have a great rivalry. We love to beat them, and I know they love to beat us. But nice season for them,
yep.
Nice win. Let's see if they can go all the way.
If they go all the way and win it.
77. You think that place is rocking out there?
Oh, boy, they're having fun in Baldwin City tonight. I mean, you got the ball at their own 25-yard line, 28 seconds to go. It's 2nd down. You know, you're probably not looking for a field goal, and they throw the bomb, and it works.
Well, what'd they do against the Vikings? The Vikings ahead with, I think, 40 seconds to go, and they drive down and get a touchdown.
And Brutell had three interceptions, so he didn't have his best game, but they win it. So it'll be Baker and St. Francis for the title in 2 weeks in Daytona Beach.
All right, back here, the Vikings with a commanding, at least for now, 25-13 lead. There's a lot of time left. Now, move inside by Andrus, and they're going to say he got fouled. Boy, it looked like maybe Payne Andrus walked that time, but they say Remy Price got him on the arm, so that's going to put Payne Andrus on the line for 2 shots. Andrews, a senior out of Willis, Texas. Will go to the stripe like we said for two. First shot in the air, rolls around the rim and comes out. So Andrews will have one more.
This Baker game gets even better. I'll tell you about it our next break.
Second shot by Andrus, got it. So Andrus knocks down 1 out of 2. The Viking lead is 11 with 8:23. And coming into the game for the Pioneers, Cody Ostertag. A lot of you will remember his dad, Greg Ostertag, played for the Kansas Jayhawks and played 8 years in the NBA. Mid-America in the zone right now. Vikes going to have to hit some shots from the outside, it looks like. Washington, who can do it, hands to Price. Price drives in under, now back to Washington. Tim in the corner to Price. Price down the baseline. Nice fake, deep three by Gronwald, missed again. Brody has yet to score in the game. Randall ahead, and he's going to be fouled on the drive, and that's going to be on Remy, I think. I believe that's going to be Remy. Remy Price gets a foul. That should put Justin Randall. They're going to say it's a non-shooting foul, so it'll be a out-of-bounds play for Mid-America. 7:52 left in the first half. 25-14 is Laquan Turner. Laquan, a senior out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, comes in for the Vikings. Remy Price, with those 2 fouls, will sit down. Vikes played very good defense. They've held a good offensive team to only 14 points thus far in the game. Now Garcia, nice take into the lane. Garcia puts up a jumper. That's his first basket of the game and trims the Viking lead to 9.
7:38. Haven't had many stoppages to play in this one. It's been a good game.
Turner over to Gronwald. Brody around a screen with a left-hand dribble. Washington fakes a 3. Gronwald, great pass into Hickey, but Hickey had it blocked by Ostertag. Good defense by the big guy that time. Andrus runs the floor. Now Ostertag gets it underneath. He's stripped. Ball taken away by Ostertag, but they're going to say somebody grabbed him on the wrist. And that foul's going to come up on Gronwald. That'll be Brody's first, and that's going to put, I believe, Cody Ostertag on the line for 2 shots.
He told us before the game he's quicker than his dad.
That's what he said.
He probably beat him a one-on-one.
We asked him if he could beat his dad one-on-one. He said, yeah, I'm quicker now than he is.
But probably asking the more important question, who's made more money in your life?
Yeah.
And I think an NBA player for 11 years probably wins that battle.
First shot by Ostertag's good. So he will have one more. Bobby Collins gets set to check back in for the Vikings. Second shot by Ostertag. Got them both. So as Ostertag knocks down a couple of charity tosses, Collins back in. Hickey will sit down for the Vikings. With 7:13 left to play in the first half, Vikes have led most of the way. They lead at the present time by 7. Laquan Turner, Bobby Collins, Tim Washington, Devontae Halfacre, Brody Growald, the 5 on the floor from Missouri Valley right now. Halfacre pulls up for a jump shot, got another one. Wow, what a half for Devontae Halfacre. I think he's 5 out of 5 from the floor. Jordan, deep 3 by Jonas Page, no good. Rebound Ostertag up and in. So good offensive rebound that time by Cody Ostertag. Raked the offensive glass, got the stick back. 27-20, Missouri Valley up. 6:40 left to play in the half. Washington goes right around Randall. Now back to Halfacre. Deep 3 by Turner. Got it! Laquan Turner, that's his first basket of the game as Laquan buries a jumper on the left side on the baseline. Now the other way, Page knocks one in for Mid-America, so kind of a wild flurry there, basket after basket. It's 30-22, the Vikings lead it. 6 minutes and 18 seconds in the half. Turner spins baseline, hands back to Collins, head of the key, Gronwald. Brody, no-look pass, tried to get a no-look pass down to Bobby Collins, and they say Bobby the last to touch it. So it goes out of bounds off the Vikings. 5:57 left, 30-22, Missouri Valley. Page on the left wing. checked into the lineup. David Nelson back in for Mid-America. There's a baseline jumper by Jordan. Missed. Nice rebound. Laquan Turner skies to get this one. Turner round the screen. Deep three off the right wing by Washington. This one bangs off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound. Collins missed the follow. Nice job by Bobby. Just couldn't get the stick back to go.
Boy, he was up there, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Now Randall the other way off the glass, too strong. Boy, I think this is the best half I've seen Devontae Halfacre play. He goes up and rips off another rebound, and now Coach Chad Lance wants a timeout. So down to 5 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first half. The Vikings have led throughout. They lead it at the present time 30-22 against a very good Mid-America team.
We're going to talk about the Heart of America Conference football schedule, but this game with Baker gets even better. They were down with 5 minutes to go, Joe. They were down by 17 points.
Are you kidding me?
A 5-play drive for a touchdown, a stop, a 1-play drive for a touchdown, a stop, and the winning touchdown.
Wow.
They were down by 17 points with 5 minutes to go at home.
Well, that shows you what being on the home field can do for you. Yeah.
They're going crazy involved with Tom Hendrick. This may be comparable to him broadcasting the Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers. It really may be. Could you imagine calling that game? How much fun that would have been?
If anybody deserves to call a thriller like that, Tom Hendrick's probably the man.
You and I. We deserve
we
one
do.
Of those.
Well, except for us, it'd be Tom Hendrick.
We need one of those.
Yeah. Maybe it's in the works. You know what?
Oh, boy.
Now Turner. Oh, a nice move that time as Laquan Turner goes up in a crowd, bags it off the glass. That was quite a move there by Laquan. Give Laquan 5 points in the game. It's a 10-point game. Mike's playing very well here. David Nelson down the baseline. Randall's turnaround jump shot inside. He knocks it down. I'll tell you, when Mid-America needs a basket, you'll see Justin Randall take the shot.
He only has 5 points right now. Averages 14, but he'll be around that average before it's over. Good first half.
Washington. Tim goes in, goes up over the top of Randall. A basket and one, and I mean that time Tim Washington takes it right at Justin Randall, and Rocky Lamar is incensed over on the sideline. But a nice take that time by Tim Washington, and he gives up a lot of size. They list where they list Randall at. They list him about 6'7" in Washington. Not nearly that big. Timmy only at 6'2", but he went right at the big man that time, got the basket, and draws the foul.
Chad Jenkins has been keeping me updated on that football game, and he goes, Baker wins unbelievable. 17 points with 5 minutes left. Wow.
That doesn't make sense. I'm glad it happened that way. Now a stoppage of play as both teams head to the bench. I don't think we had a timeout, but I think they're going
to have a stop for the monitor for whatever reason.
Assistant Valley coach Ramon Powell trying to help the officials out on the call.
Well, 4:25 to go. Tim Washington scored, and I don't know if they're looking for the foul. That's only the first foul they have up on the board. I don't know what they're looking for on the monitor, but
I thought that foul was on Randall. They got the foul up on number 3.
They don't have it on number
3. There's no 3 on Mid-America.
So we'll see what.
I thought that foul was on Randall. Washington drove on.
They're looking at a blank monitor. So I'm kind of wondering what that's all about. So anyway, we have a stoppage in play, 34-24, as the...
I wonder if it's a blank monitor, but they're going to pretend like it's live there. I don't know.
I don't know, but we're going to stand and we're going to... What are they looking at?
I don't know.
Andy, do you know what they're looking for?
Ken, look at Brad Hamilton to my left. He's got a nice blue blazer on, light blue blazer.
Well, I'm wondering why they're doing. I mean, what they're looking for. They're not looking. The monitor's blank, so I guess we're going to stand there and look at a blank monitor for a while.
We're going to pretend like it's live and say we reviewed it. Here's what it is.
Oh my goodness.
How about that jacket Brad's got on?
It's a good-looking jacket.
Yeah.
Well, Tim Washington's supposed to be at free throw line.
Yeah, and I think Justin Randall should have a foul, but I don't see that up there yet. They've still got a foul on number 3. That was a foul on Brody Gronwald about 10 minutes ago.
4:25 to go in the first half. It's 34-24. We do have the women's scores to pass along while we wait. Clark over Avila 76-58 today. Baker beat Mount Mercy 76-44. CMU over Grandview 89-66. It was Culver over Graceland 76-64. Benedictine beat Peru 72-53. William Penn over Evangel 64-52. And then, of course, the game here, Mid-American Nazarene over Valley 78-72. So those are the women's scores.
Well, the ladies will play, men and women play Central Methodist a week from today down in Fayette, and that will be our last conference action until after the holiday break.
Have one more game, I think, against Kansas Wesleyan. That'll be on the 15th or 16th. I haven't looked at the schedule. It's a Thursday, I believe.
Yep, I think you're right.
And then that's it until the 4th.
You'll play Benedictine, I believe. I think Benedictine comes in here to start the new year.
And then we hit the road. And Chad Lance, I agree with what he just said. He said you're killing the whole flow of the game here, and I don't have a clue what they're looking for. But
Chad's saying somebody foul, just pick somebody.
Yeah, just pick somebody. Oh, they're looking for a foul. Just pick somebody who fouled.
Randall, I saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who he collided with. I don't know if somebody else reached in or what.
I'm looking at our replay right here, and he went right into Randall. You called it, Joe.
Yeah, I can tell you.
It's Randall.
Yeah.
Coach, on our monitor, it's Randall.
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
It's Randall. It's Randall with the foul.
It's Randall's the foul.
Randall was the foul. It was Randall that committed the foul. We got it right here on the monitor.
24.
Number 24, it looks like does.
It's
right here.
We could see if
he showed it a minute ago.
Yeah, we can see if he can get the monitor to our replay. Now our replay is not working, but it was on ours. It was number 24. So they're still looking for it, and we'll see if we can't. If we can't run it one more time.
There it goes.
Here we go. Yeah, you can see it right here. Tim Washington's run. He's run right into Tim Washington.
I think
Yeah, it's 24. It's 24 right there.
I don't think much doubt about it. He tried to step in the path, and Washington went right at him.
Now they have it up, so they're gonna call it. We called it for him, Joe.
Yeah, if they give it to somebody else, I'm going to protest.
Now they're looking at it.
I'll go out on the floor like everybody else has been.
I think they finally got it.
That guy never going with the phone now.
And ordering a pizza. Ordered something.
A great day. Great day in the life of college basketball.
Man.
And the crowd, nice crowd, silent, completely silent right now.
Oh, well, they're going to change it. They're putting it at 30. Okay. Well, they're going to give it to 30. I don't care who they give it to. I'm with Chad. Just give it to somebody.
Okay. But sure looked to me like it was 24.
So now they give it to Green. And it would have been the first on Randall. It wasn't like somebody had 4 fouls. They both had none.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we got that right.
And Washington got the basket, so this is a chance for a 3-point play right here. The Vikings lead at the present time, unless they change that too. Right now they lead 34-24.
I think what they did, they called the foul on Green as he reached in before he bumped into Randall.
Could have been. Randall was where the contact was.
Okay, here's the free throw. It's good, and we're back to action. All right.
So Washington now has 6 points, and the Vikings lead by 11 with 4:22 left to play in the first half. Back door it comes. Now Nelson goes around a screen. Picked up outside by Laquan Turner. There's a jump shot out of the corner by Garcia, and that's a 3. As Ryan Garcia buries a triple on the right baseline, that cuts the lead to 8. 4:03 left to play. Man-to-man, now Washington almost loses it, gets it back out to Growald. Brody Growald, Ken, has not scored in the first half. Neither has Kyle Hickey, 2 of the leading scorers on this Viking team. But how about Devontae Halfacre in the first half? How about Laquan Turner? Turner missed that shot, but a nice move inside. Now Jordan gets it across for the Pioneers. Jordan drives in the middle, and he's going to be fouled by, I'm going to say Kyle Hickey, but they might call it on somebody else. They call it on Hickey. So Kyle Hickey picks up the foul, and that's the 8th team foul on the Vikings, so that will put Gabriel Jordan on the line for a 1-1 right now. Jordan, a junior out of Alexandria, Louisiana. He played on this team last year that made it to the Final Four. And the southpaw, the left-hander. First shot by Jordan, good. So Jordan, a good first half. He's got 7 points. He'll have one more. as he'll try to make this a 6-point game. Second shot by the lefty, perfect. 35-29, 3.5 minutes left to play. The Vikings have led from wire to wire here in the first half. In fact, did Randall get the first basket of the game?
I think so,
I think
yeah.
Randall, that's the only lead I think Mid-America's had. Maybe there's a jump shot by Hickey, missed it. Kyle had a good look that time. Jordan with a rebound. Ahead to Nelson. Down in the corner, now ball taken away by Washington. Good steal by Timmy. Timmy brings it across the timeline with a left-hand dribble. Down to 3 minutes. Vikes trying to go to 5-2 in conference play with one more game before the holiday break in the very well-balanced Heart of America conference race. Vikes counting down the shot clock. Nice fake by Gronwall. Brody goes to the baseline, still hadn't scored. Tip try by Turner comes up short. Here comes Nelson. Wrap around to Green. Green goes around Romeo Smith, but loses the ball out of bounds. So good defense by the Vikings.
Up by 6, 2:39 to go. You want to keep this lead going into the break. Again, at half we'll have statistics, and then we're going to talk about the football schedule in the Heart of America Conference.
Daquan Turner gets it head of the key. Deep three by Washington. Rolls around the rim and comes out. Green with the rebound. Oh, wow. That was close to a carry, but Green gets it ahead to Randall, and Justin lays it in. He's got 7 points of the game, and Chad Lance wants a timeout, as was not too long ago. A 9-point lead has been whittled down to 4.
Yeah, good timeout by Coach Lance. He's up 35-31, but the last couple of possessions, they've missed shots, and here come the Pioneers. Boy, Joe, we go through this conference, and we haven't seen everyone, obviously, yet, but I'm going to tell you what, Mount Mercy, a new team in the conference, they came in here and won. This is a game the Vikings should have won. The Vikings didn't score in the last 3 minutes, had a 6-point lead, didn't score in the last 3 minutes, but they look pretty good.
I was very impressed with Mount Mercy.
And, of course, Evangel, always going to be good. They're struggling right now getting wins, but they're always going to be good. This team to our right, Mid-America, is always going to be right there, if not at the top. And CMU sounds like they have a good team, and I guess William Penn probably has the most talent of anybody in the league. But it's going to be a fun January and February as well.
I would not be surprised to see whoever wins this conference end up losing about 5 games.
Yeah. This is going to be tough.
That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but I think you're going to see some upsets. Nobody undefeated right now, and most teams have already played 5 games. 6 games, I guess. We're 4-2, so most teams have played 6 games. This is number 7. All right, 2:18 left to play. Vikings ahead by 4. They've led most of the first half. Need a basket right here. Right wing. Growwall. There's that zone defense again by Mid-America. High post. Collins goes over Randall. I think Randall might have got a piece of that. Gets it ahead quickly to Garcia. Deep three by Nelson off the left wing. Got it. And boy, David Nelson got his feet set very quickly that time, and Nelson buries a triple. That's his first point of the game. He's a senior out of Olathe. We got a 1-point game under 2 minutes to go in the half. Washington in the corner to Gronwald. Brody flips one up off the glass. No good. Nice offensive rebound that time by Washington, but had it swatted away. Now Mid-America throws it away as Kyle Hickey gets a steal in the backcourt. Gets it to Washington. Back to Brody. Brody down low to Collins. Bobby up hard off the glass, too hard.
Can't get it to go.
Rebound Green. Now Green takes it inside. Oh, a nice block by your boy Romeo that time. Romeo Smith got the block. And they say Mid-America hit it last. Nice defensive play by Romeo
Got
that time.
long arm up there, knocked it away. Halfacre coming in. Halfacre's had a good first half with 10 points. Good block by Romeo, and the Vikings get it back.
Yeah, that's a big play by Romeo that time.
Yeah.
All right, 1:09 left to play. 35-34, Vikings lead. Like to close the half. Like to get a couple buckets going here with about a 5-point lead at halftime if we could. Washington, guarded by Garcia, gets it over to Brody. Deep left wing to Hickey. Kyle backs it back to Washington. Deep three by Timmy. Got it! Tim Washington buries a 3. That's his second triple of the game. He's got 9 points under a minute to play. Vikings up by 4. Nelson down low to Green. Green, fall away off the right baseline. Good. Boy, nice move that time. And Green had that drop step, got some space, and knocked down the jumper.
Nice move, good shot.
2-point game. 23 seconds left. Vikes can go for the last shot. I think that's what Coach Lance wants them to do. Hickey with the ball just dribbling out at midcourt. Some fan has a placard of Kyle's face across the way holding it up. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Hickey drives down to Halfacre. Great job. Great play by Kyle Hickey as Hickey drove to the right. Found Devontae Halfacre wide open underneath. Got him the ball, and what a play by Kyle Hickey that time.
And he took that clock all the way down. Good job, 40-36. Heck of a ball game. Vikings lead it by 4. We'll be back, and we'll take a look at the statistics of this one, and then we'll talk about next year's football schedule. That's all coming up.
This is the news. This morning, we are saluting the 2.2 million women who have joined in the war effort. They now make up 37% of the workforce, changing their role forever.
The prestigious Harvard Medical School is breaking ground today, opening its doors to new female applicants.
Today, little girls all over the world look to the sky, where the first woman is now in space.
Military stereotypes are challenged today with the trailblazing promotion of a U.S. female officer to 4-star general. It was just announced that the vast majority of last year's doctorate degrees were earned by women.
We've come so far, but our news is changing for the worse. More women die from heart disease and stroke than men, even though it can be prevented. Make a change at GoRedForWomen.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting.
Location.
In the forest near the side of the road.
No need for alarm, sir. The forest is where bears live.
But this was no ordinary bear.
No ordinary bear?
1 second, I'm having a smoke taken in the view. Next thing I know, I am face to face with Smokey Bear.
Let me guess, Smokey had a tip for you.
He did. He must have seen me toss my cigarette on the ground. He told me never to do that because it only takes 1 spark to start a wildfire.
He's a smart bear. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
That's what Smokey said. I had no idea.
That's why Smokey's famous, and you're not.
Good point.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. Only you can prevent wildfires.
40-36 is our score as the Vikings lead it. It's been a heck of a game. Joe, how about the scoring in the first half?
Well, I think it's safe to say probably the best half of the year for Devontae Halfacre, the big guy for the Vikings. Devontae, of course, stands 6'7". He's a junior out of St. Louis. He led the way with 12 points. He was the only Viking in double figures. 9 points for Tim Washington. Tim had 2 shots from beyond the arc. Again, Washington wound up with 9. Looks like 5 points each for Laquan Turner and Romeo Smith. Both of those guys came off the bench, really gave the team a pretty good look, pretty good lift. 6 for Remy Price. Remy got into a little bit of foul trouble. He wound up, like we said, with 6. 3 points for Bobby Collins to round out the scoring for the Vikings. For Mid-America, nobody in double figures. Their leading scorer, Justin Randall, who normally leads them in scoring, he had 7 in the first half. No, I'm sorry, 8 for Gabriel Jordan. Jordan, the leading scorer with 8. Randall was 7 right behind. 5 points in the first half for Jonathan Green, also 5 for Ryan Garcia. It looks like 4 points for Cody Ostertag off the bench. 3 each for Jonas Page and David Nelson. And then 1 free throw in the first half for Andres Payne. Or Payne-Andres, to round up the scoring. So again, for the Vikings, it was Halfacre with 12, the only player in double figures. 9 for Tim Washington. For Mid-America, 8 points for Gabriel Jordan, 7 for Justin Randall. Looking at the shooting percentages, the Vikings were 16 out of 38 for 42.1%. Mid-America, 12 out of 26 for 46.2%. The Vikings were 3 for 8 from beyond the arc. Mid-America, 2 out of 5. Both teams did well at the free throw line. MidAm 10 out of 14 kind of kept them in the game from the stripe. The Vikings 5 out of 7. But Ken, I think the stat that maybe stands out more than any, the Vikings only turned the ball over 4 times in the first half.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a big statistic and a good job by the for the Vikings. We're coming back. When we do, we'll take a look at the football schedule. I know the Baker Wildcats aren't concerned about that. They're trying to win a national championship, but we'll be back in just a couple of minutes to talk about the schedule for next year.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next, we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, tail-wagging, backyard-hanging, and, of course, companionship.
And what breed would you say Satchmo is?
I'd have to go with maybe a lavish terrier hound chihuahua-looking kind of mix.
Tremendous dog.
I'd also like to point out Satchmo's coloring, a white, gray, brown, black brindle, simply marvelous.
You know, it's such a treat to watch a dog like this.
Now, let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive. And now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
Ah, the happy dance, so common with this group.
And finally, the loving face lick.
It's great how he just gets in there and, well, licks.
Fantastic. But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
The following message is brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be with the high purpose to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach this problem of reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Your stuff can be a resource for change. Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org.
All right, we're back, and let's talk about football, not the Baker Wildcats. They're excited in Baldwin City, trying to get the first ever NAIA championship for the Heart of America Conference. But, Joe, the football schedule's out for next year, and the Vikings open at Benedictine on the 25th of August. So that's the first game, and, of course, Mid-America Nazarene. A lot of folks watching today rooting for the Pioneers. They will open at home against Grayson, so that's on August the 25th. So it starts again early. We play all the teams in the north. Then the Vikings have 3 home games in a row. September 1st, unless they change something here, but excuse me, no, the Valley's at William Penn again, so I said we were at home. Let's see,
we're at home for William Penn. William Penn at Missouri Valley on September 2nd.
Yeah, that's 2000. I'm looking at 2018.
Yeah,
okay.
William Penn's at Missouri Valley.
So that's 2000. Yeah, we go to Benedictine, and then we come home, and we'll host William Penn. Then the 9th, we host Graceland, and the 16th we host Peru State.
Well, it's basically the same schedule as last year. When we play the 6 northern teams, except they flipped Benedictine, which was the 3rd game this year, up to the 1st game, and everything else is right in line with where it was this year.
And then we will go to Grandview on the 23rd, and then go to Culver Stockton on the 30th, take the week off, And on the 14th, we'll host Avila. That you pretty much probably pencil in homecoming there then on the 14th of October, I would think. 21st, Central Methodist in Marshall. Then we go on the road to Evangel, and then back home against Baker, and then on the road at Mid-America Nazarene. So the Pioneers and the Vikings will wrap up the regular season on November 11th on Veterans Day.
I thought they might change the schedule a little bit. This is basically the same schedule we've had the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, except you've got Benedictine, who's normally, as I said a minute ago, been our number three game. That's been moved up to the first game. And then they flip-flop the Avila and the Central Methodist game. Central Methodist has normally been the first game of the division rivalries. But now Avila will be first and Central Methodist will be second.
And then get ready in 2018 because Benedictine will be at Valley to start the season. Then we'll go on the road to those three places, to William Penn, to Graceland, and also to Peru State on September 1st, 8th, and 15th. So in 2018, if we're still doing this, we'll be on the road 3 of the first 4 weeks.
Well, you got to beat them all. If you're going to win it, you got to beat them all anyway. So just don't worry too much about the schedule. This looks like a pretty good schedule to me. I have no complaints.
And let's see, for the Pioneers, you will go, you're at Graceland. I said you're at home. You're at Graceland to start on the 26th. Then the Pioneers will be home against Culver Stockton. Then they go on the road to William Penn, are back home against Benedictine, and then on the road at Peru, and then back home against Grandview. So first 2 weeks against some of the teams that have struggled in football, but then that really gets tough against the North.
Look at when they play the Southern Division, Mid-America's first division game is on the road at Baker.
Yeah, so that'll be a big one right off the bat on October 14th. And then the Pioneers are home against Evangel. They're home against Avila. They wrap up the season, as I mentioned, with the Vikings and then Central Methodist. So for Mid-America, for the Pioneers, you have Baker first, and then you have then you have Evangel, Avila, and Central Methodist before you get to the Vikings. So anyway, that's the schedule that's out. Who knows? They may change it before next year, but it looks like on the 25th of August, the Vikings will be in Atchison to take on Benedictine.
And I guess, Ken, the question, 2 new schools in the conference, Mount Mercy and Clark, don't see them on the schedule for the next 2 years. So I guess don't know if they're starting football or not.
And it appears here, it says here, game times may be adjusted for TV. So still probably working on that television contract for 2017 and 2018. So there you go. That's waiting for some football. And congratulations to the Baker Wildcat football team. 21 points in the last 5 minutes as they will play St. Francis. And we know how good that St. Francis team is. They took it to the Vikings a couple of weeks ago in Indiana.
And you think Paul Troth, maybe Paul, he'll get a call from both coaches. Hey, tell me a little bit about Baker. Tell me a little bit about St. Francis.
I'm sure. Anymore, though, all the games are put up online.
I know they are.
Back in the day.
Back in the old days.
Back in the day, you'd change films and go somewhere and pick up a film. And, and they'll still call each other, but every game now is uploaded on the internet. So they'll watch them all. It should be high scoring. I don't think there's any doubt about that when those two teams play. All right, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, we're going to be ready for the second half. This is a good one. 40-36, Vikings lead.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. I help people solve difficult and trying personal problems every day on my TV show, but there's one problem that's just got me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. That's 1 in 5 kids who may not know where their next meal is coming from, despite the fact that there's more than enough healthy, nutritious food out there to feed them all. Now, I don't know about you, but that is unacceptable to me. Luckily, the Feeding America network of good people is out there collecting surplus food and giving hope to hungry children and their families at local food banks all across the country. But let's face it, they can't do it without your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Last night we put on an epic light show.
Yeah, we did.
The crowd loved us. We love the crowd.
Wait, but there were only 4 people out there.
Yeah, but did you see their 4 faces? All 8 of their eyes lit up brighter than ours. And we're fireflies.
Yeah, we are.
Hey, that one girl, she looked like she'd never seen glow-in-the-dark like this before, and we invented glow-in-the-dark.
Yeah, we invented it.
And we're gonna be out here every night, rocking out our light show at a forest near you.
Woohoo!
So come check us out.
Check us out.
And bring your kid, all ages show. Oh, but don't bring any of those glass jars, because they make us kind of nervous.
Yeah, and I'm super claustrophobic.
Whether you're rocking their world or they're rocking yours, some memories never fade. Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you and discover other cool things to do when you go, like fishing, biking, or even camping. Visit discovertheforest.org.
See you later.
Yeah, see you soon.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
40-36.
Ken, I see across the way, I see Jake Fletcher. Of course, Jake's played on this team the last 2 years, Viking team. He's going to graduate here in a couple weeks, and he rode down to Evangel with us, and it was good having Jake along. We had a good discussion. That was fun having him on the trip, and he was a special player, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Good young man. He'll be very successful in whatever he does. Here we go. Second half is Hudson Welty. Boy, we didn't call his name much in that first half. And he inbounds the ball to Garcia.
He picked up 2 pretty quick fouls.
Garcia, they work it underneath, and slipping in to get the bucket was Jordan. Gabriel Jordan, he now has 10, and it's 40-38, a quick bucket for the Pioneers as we start the second half. Collins out front to Washington, who gives it to Price. Now to Gronwald, who didn't score in that first half. They double-team Bobby Collins. He'll dribble it out. Skip pass across to Washington. Fakes the 3. Drives to the basket. Fouled on the drive. The foul was on the floor. And Andrus picks it up, his second. So the Vikings will have it underneath. Leading by 2. Just underway in the second half. Gronwald drives that baseline. Cut off again. They've done a great job on him. He drives again, nowhere to go. High post Collins, and that one's knocked away. Turnover, here's Jordan the other way, all the way to the rack. Tie game and a foul.
Yeah, that's a nice take that time by Gabriel Jordan. He just seemed like he hung in the air forever, changed the ball from his left to his right hand, and drew contact, got the basket, and won to tie it up.
So a tie ball game, quick 4 points in the first 45 seconds of the second half for the Pioneers. And here's the free throw. It is good to the Pioneers with a 5-0 run to start the second half, take the lead.
Ken, I think surprised Brody Growald 0 out of 6 from the floor in the first half.
You don't see that very often. They've done a nice job on him. Washington drives right side, flips it up, no good. Halfacre fights for the rebound. He tips it to Collins, who scores and is fouled. Halfacre went to the floor and somehow got the ball to Collins, who laid it in and was fouled.
Yeah, boy, Devontae, a great play that time. No give up on his part. He stayed after it. As he was falling, as you said, he somehow got it to Collins, and another big basket for Bobby Collins.
And the foul is going to be on Welty, and quickly he's picked up 3.
Surely we're not going to come to the monitor and see who that was on.
Let's move on here. Bobby Collins, Vikings pulled everybody off the free throw line here. Bobby's free throw is good.
There we go, Bobby.
Good three-point effort there, and a nice assist by Devontae Halfacre.
So the teams trade three-pointers.
43-31. As Welty gives it out front for Andrus. Andrus dribbles out by that Viking at midcourt. Now gives it to Garcia. Fires a pass underneath. Nice pass. A foul on Gronwald. Boy, just fired a bullet to Jordan. And Gronwald fired a foul.
That was a good foul by Brody, because, I mean, Jordan was wide open under the basket, and somehow Brody recovered and picked up the foul, but at least he's going to have to hit 2 free throws to get 2.
That's 3 on him now. Free throw line. Free throw no good, so there you pick up the foul and you get the miss. Hickey checks in.
Yeah, Brody, I know, hated to commit his third, but he didn't have any choice. That'd been a wide open layup.
Second free throw is good. So 1 out of 2 for Jordan, who finds himself with 14 points, 43-42, Valley by 1. Hickey back into the game. Kyle coming off the bench this year. Washington out to Hickey, swinging around to Price. Price backs away to the right in front of us. Now stops about a 16-footer at the free throw line. Pinballs in and out. Rebound pulled down by Randall. Quick pass ahead. Here come the Pioneers on the run. We're going to have a tie ball, and it's going to be Viking ball. And Rocky Lamar did a 360, spun around and sat back down. He didn't think it was a tie ball.
There were 3 Vikings in on that defensive play, and Garcia tried to take it through the trees that time, and it didn't pay off for him.
We played 2 minutes of the second half. Hickey at the top of the key. Here's Remy Price, holds it on the wing right side. Now back out to Washington. Washington to Hickey. Hickey brings it all the way back out. 17:55 to go, 10 on the shot clock. Kyle trying to dribble through a double team. Takes it left side, back to Washington. Washington down the middle. Flips it up with the right hand from the left side, missed it. Rebound Welty, and he to Andrus, quickly to Randall all the way. He loses it on the way up. Picked up by Collins. Back to Hickey as we come the other way. Down to Halfacre down the middle, and that should be a charge and no basket.
I think that was a good call. I hate to see it because Devontae hit the shot. Could have been a basket one, but I think Welty, he was set that time.
I was hoping for basket and a foul. I mean, a basket even if it was a charge, but the contact was before the ball left his hand.
We don't try to be objective, but I think that time that was an offensive foul.
The contact was well before that ball left his hand. Here's Andrus, Payne Andrus. Off to Garcia, 43-42. Valley still holding on to that 1-point lead. Welty dumps it down low to Jordan. Jordan muscles his way in through a triple team. Nowhere to go. Puts it up anyway. Missed it. And a rebound of Romeo Smith. Romeo off to Price. Remy on the run. Top of the key. Brings it back out front. 17 minutes to go. Gives it off to Washington. Washington to Hickey. Back to Price. Nice bounce pass to Collins baseline. Has it blocked by Randall. Just a nice clean block. And they'll give it off to Andrus.
That Randall's a player.
Yes, he is. Here's Welty. Garcia goes baseline, gets around Hickey. A little teardrop won't go. Ball tipped by Romeo. Comes to Price. Remy Price stepped on the sideline right in front of the Pioneer bench. Pioneers will get it back.
I think Coach Rocky Lamar of Mid-America helped the officials make that call. Yeah. He was right there on top of it. And we might mention the big guy on this Mid-America team, almost 7-footer Justin Jameson broke both wrists not long ago.
Here's Randall on a lob pass from about the hash mark, and he lays it in. 44-43. That was in a couple of games ago against Avila, I believe.
Yep.
So here's Hickey, top of the key, 16:26 to go.
Kyle hasn't scored yet.
Nope. Page will check back in. Vikings trail by 1. Now the ball is kicked as they try to get it to Romeo on the baseline. The ball off the leg of Andrus. And as I mentioned, Page coming back in. He's going to replace Garcia. Remy Price will trigger it in underneath. Hickey out by the timeline. We've played 4 minutes of the second half, 44-43. Hickey, top of the key, off to Collins. Now to Price. He tries to take a three. He does take a three. Is hit on the wrist, and he'll get 3 shots out of it.
It might be Welty. If that's Welty, that's his 3rd foul. They call it on Gabriel Jordan.
Jordan picks up his first. 3 shots coming for Tim Washington.
And Tim, pretty good free throw shooter.
He is a 74% free throw shooter, and the first one is good. He's 2 for 2 today. He's a good player. 10 points now.
Yeah, Tim's offense getting better and better every game. A big game, big second half down at Evangel the other night.
Second one, good. And you'll have another one. Oh, don't leave that spot when you're making those free throws.
Nope, you can do the same thing you did the first 2.
45-44, Valley back on top
and
now.
Even Birdman not bothering him.
Nope, not at all. As he hits all 3 of them. So Vikings back up by 2, 46-44. Top of the key to Randall. Randall to Jordan. Jordan one dribble. They'll work it to the right side. Back out front it goes to Page. Page will launch top of the key. No good. Collins rebounds. Here come the Vikings. Quick pass underneath to Hickey. Got too far underneath, and his shot hit the bottom of the rim. Pioneers the other way. Shot taken. Rattles in and out. And a foul on the rebound as that shot by Page rattled in and out. And that foul is going to be on Welty, I think, number 4. It is. Fighting for the rebound. So Hudson Welty, 6.7 points a game, but he hasn't seen many minutes. He's been in foul trouble. That's number 4. 15 and a half to go. Collins, top of the key. Off it comes to Hickey. Hickey holds it. Now to Romeo. Swing it around to Price. Out front to Washington. Washington, nice pass. Tried to get it underneath to Romeo. And there's that man Randall again. He got that long arm in there, knocked it away for a turnover. Well, he's a good player, Joe.
He is, no doubt.
Just a solid basketball player.
Very, very fundamentally sound.
Andrus gives it off for Green. Back out front to Randall. Now they go to Andrus. Andrus drives in the lane. And there's going to be a foul.
Now a little
couple players
temper
look at
flaring
each other.
just a little bit here. The officials step right in, get it calmed down. Nothing serious. They call a double foul, I think.
So the first one, it's on Green and Washington.
So both guys will draw a personal foul. That's Tim's first, I believe.
Yeah, that's second foul on Green. So now so a double foul. Now the officials will talk about it for a while. 46-44, the Vikings lead by 2 with 15:02 remaining in this one.
No, good game so far.
Yeah, real good game.
And you know, how many games have we had that have gone right down through the wire? I mean, the Vikes pretty well took care of business the other night down in Springfield, but look back on the games before that. Peru State, Baker, Mount Mercy, all 3 of those games went right down, not to the last minute, but to the last 15, 20 seconds.
All right, they're going to come over now and try to explain what's happening here.
Just don't look at the monitor, guys.
We don't need a monitor. Just tell them a couple fouls here. One on Washington, one on Green. 46-44 Vikings, 15:02 to go. Didn't hear what the official said to the Vikings. Well, there was a foul was before the little altercation, wasn't it?
I think it's going to be Mid-America's ball, I believe.
Just a little shove there is all it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was flagrant by any stretch of the imagination. Nope. I think something they're talking about, maybe one guy had his arm hooked on the other one and he tried to shove him off or whatever.
Okay, so the Pioneers will get the ball.
I'll ask Birdman over there what he thought about that call.
We'll see. Now they're trying to figure out who the fouls or who if they're going to reset the shot clock. I don't think so. So 11 seconds on the shot clock, 15:02 to go. And the ball will belong to the Pioneers. They get into Jordan. He muscles it in, and he's fouled on the way up.
They're going to call Romeo Smith, I think.
Yep, Romeo picks up the foul. That's his second.
Romeo had both hands up trying to tell the official he went straight up, but somehow Jordan initiated contact. He's going to be on the line for 2 shots.
He's strong. 46-44, 15 minutes to go. First one is good.
Jordan's, I don't remember him being that dominant a player, but he's really had a good game so far. He's got, I got him for 15 points.
Yep. Averages 11.1, but averages 7.4 rebounds. So he and Jamison and Randall lead him in rebounding. Jamison, of course, is out for a while, if not all year. Both free throws good, tied at 46. Pass underneath to Collins, and Collins is going to be fouled, and that is against the agreement of Jonathan Green. That's his third. And that's already that's the 6th team foul on the Pioneers.
Well, Green with 3, Welty with 4 for Mid-America. For the Vikings, Brody Grodwald has 3, nobody else more than 2, according to my book.
Boy, Ostertag looks just like his dad.
Oh, he does, exactly. Looks exactly like him.
Got the buzz haircut.
Got the same build, too.
Got a scruffy beard, yep. His dad a little taller. His dad was a 7-footer.
Yeah, he was.
All right, here are the Vikings. They get it underneath. And the shot is up and in by Romeo. A little jump hook by Romeo.
And Romeo went right over the top of Ostertag that time to get that 2.
So he has 7 now, 48-46 Vikings. The other way, here come the Pioneers. Nice little head and shoulder fake and a jump shot by Page, and he gets it from the left wing, 48 all. Price hustles into the forecourt. Now works the right side, 14-13 to go. Hickey underneath the Romeo, and he's going to be fouled by whom?
I think Ostertag.
No, they're going to say Romeo.
Call on Romeo, wow. I think he said
space.
Romeo hooked the defender. I think that's what the call was. Anyway.
Well, that's his 3rd foul now. He has 3, Gronwald with 3. 48 all, 14-11 to go. Here's Payne Andrus. Andrus into the forecourt. Stops, goes baseline. Jumper, no good by Randall. Ostertag with a rebound, throws it up, blocked by Romeo, but underneath for the 3rd attempt was Jordan. He lays it in. Gabriel Jordan with a huge game, 50-48.
He's got 18 now.
Remy Price off to Washington, back to Price. Gets this zone defense. Baseline, Collins goes in on Ostertag and scores and is fouled. Wow. Collins, they list him at 6'3". He just went right at the 6'8" junior, scored and was fouled.
Let me tell you something. I'm about 6'3". Bobby Collins is not 6'3".
No, he is not.
He's about, looks to me, maybe 6'1".
But boy, he can jump.
But he got up. He went right after the big guys that time, and we've seen him do that. The other night, he had 2 flat-footed dunks down at the Evangel.
Ties this game at 50 with 13:38 left. Half-acre in, Romeo Smith out.
And they finally call a foul on Justin Randall.
There you go. Randall gets his first. And let's see if Bobby can complete the 3-point play. He can't. It's off the front of the rim. He's 2 out of 4 from the line. 50 all, 13:33 to go. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 overtimes in this one. Wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Don't talk about that.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Don't talk about that.
There's Page.
Just so we get a W.
Off to Jordan. Underneath and stepping in on the baseline to take it away, Bobby Collins.
How many times has Bobby given his team a lift during the course of this season?
Off to Remy Price. 13 minutes and change left in this one. Price working the right side. Lobs it to Collins. Turns on Ostertag. This time Ostertag gets the block. The ball goes out. It'll be Viking ball with 12 on the shot clock. Ostertag said, "You got me once, not again."
Tag said, "Try that again."
Yeah, let's try that one again. That's all right. Bobby went right at him, blocked the ball. Vikings have it. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Hickey will inbound. Gets it into the corner to Price. Remy not a real good outside shooter. Let's see if he drives now. He's going to take it to the rack. Right on Ostertag. Puts it up over Ostertag. Scores and is fouled. He stopped, let Ostertag get up in the air, and then kind of leaned into him, put the shot in, and was fouled.
I thought the amazing thing about that play, as quick as Remy Price is, how did he stop on a dime? And he did. I mean, he didn't walk.
Travel.
He stopped right on the dime, got Ostertag in the air, put it up, and that's a big one right there.
That was big. That's the first foul on Ostertag. He's going to check out now, and Jonathan Green back in. 52-50. Vikings with a lead. Price has 8.
Garcia also back into the Mid-America lineup.
I mentioned Remy Price does not shoot the ball from the outside. He's only 1 out of 4 from beyond the arc, so he likes to drive to the basket.
If you and I had moved that quick and tried to stop, we'd still be moving.
It'd still be, body parts would not be attached anymore. Remy, though, is 0 for 3 from the line.
Yep, sure is. 8 points.
Now the ball off the, I thought maybe it was off the foot of Andrus, but it was knocked away by Washington, so the Pioneers get it back. Randall will inbound right in front of the scorer's table.
David
12:43
Nelson.
to go.
David Nelson comes in for the Pioneers. Ostertag sits down. Well, he sat out a minute ago. Andrus sits down.
Now Randall, jump hook baseline, won't go. Vikings fight for the rebound.
Collins
gets it. Price hits the deck. He's up all right, and he has the basketball. 12:20 to go. Now to Washington. Timmy. Back it comes to Price. Remy works the right side. Looks inside, not there. Hickey back to Price. 12:20 to go.
You know, I think about trying to get that ball into Half-Acre. He's been hitting every shot he's taken so far.
Price will try the outside shot. It won't go. Rebound Randall. That was about a 14-footer. It wouldn't go the other way. Here come the Pioneers losing the ball as Green is loose in the lane.
Green just tackled. Green just tackled Bobby Collins.
Yeah, you could go for the ball, but
I mean, he got his hands down around his legs and brought him to the ground. I mean, that's a better tackle we saw in a lot of football games.
Probably a tackle Eastern Oregon wish they had in the last 5 minutes today.
Yeah.
All right, Washington will come out. Gronwald in. They called it a tie ball. Possession arrow to the Pioneers.
I couldn't tell if he got his shoulder in there or not, but he certainly got both arms wrapped around Bobby's leg.
Could almost been a targeting call. All right, so Randall will inbound, 52-50, 12 minutes to go. This thing going to get a little rough. Here he comes to Nelson. Nelson, long three on the way.
Wow.
Ooh, Garcia buries his second triple. He has 8.
That was a deep three that time.
53-52, Pioneers, 11:50 left. Price top of the key, off to Hickey, lobs underneath. There's Halfacre in the lane. Price for that jump hook, got it.
That's what I say. I'd keep going to him. I don't think he's missed a shot yet. He's got 14 points. Devontae Halfacre in the first half was 6 out of 6. So he's 7 out of 7 from the floor.
Nelson, top of the key to Page. Page in the lane, little stop and jump shot, didn't go, and it goes out of bounds. Viking ball.
Chisholm Obanecki will check in for the Vikings. It looks like Bobby Collins will come over, but Bobby gave the Vikes a big lift there.
4 rebounds, 7 for 7 shooting for Halfacre. Not a bad game.
And he's had some tough shots. He's knocked them all down.
Jaquan Turner's going to come back in. Laquan getting ready to come in. Here comes Price. Weaves his way to the baseline. Kicks it back out for Hickey. Kyle will try a 3. It's too strong. Halfacre with a rebound. Up. No,
finally
missed
one.
Time. Tips it again. No good. And the rebound, Randall. Now here comes Nelson the other way for the Pioneers.
Oh, he walked. Got away with it.
Inside the lane. They get it to Garcia. Kick it back. Nelson. 3 ball on the way. No good. Rebound. Halfacre, his 5th rebound of the contest. Vikings with a 1-point lead in the ball, 54-53. Hickey to Gronwald, who's back in. Brody underneath the Halfacre. Oh, take the shot. He was wide open to the left side, turned back to the right.
Yeah, he had nothing but pasture ahead of him to the left.
Oh.
Subi said he's 7 for 7. He's missed his last 2.
There you go. Laquan Turner will trigger it in for the Vikings. Looks to get it to, and does get it to Halfacre. Back out now to Hickey. 10:30 to go, 54-53. Hickey working to the left side. Long 3 as the shot clock winds down. Missed it. Halfacre grabs the rebound in the corner. He gets it into Obanecki, and he's tied up, and bodies crash to the floor again. Viking possession this time.
Obanecki and Jonathan Green, a couple of pretty big bodies in there, got tangled up on that one. It'll be, like you said, with the alternate possession, stays with the Vikings.
And check
good hustle.
Good
hustle by Halfacre to track down that offensive rebound.
By far his best game of the year. Randall will get a much-needed break. Justin played most of that first half. He hadn't been out much, if at all. Turner will inbound it. The Halfacre back out to Obanecki. Obanecki off to Laquan Turner. 10 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Obanecki off to Hickey. Hickey gives it now to Gronwald. Dumps it baseline, or rather free throw line. Obanecki drives in from the right side and is fouled.
Yeah, good take by Chisholm. That time Chisholm went in there strong. Let's see if he can knock down a couple free throws. He hasn't scored in the game yet.
I think that's a
fourth foul on Jordan. Boy, they could ill afford to lose him. And I'm sorry, no, it's not on Jordan. That's on Green. I mean,
Green and Welty with 4 apiece.
Yep.
All right, Obanecki. Let's see if he can get his in the scorebook. He cannot. And the Vikings not helping themselves from the free throw line right now.
Jordan has only 1 foul, I think.
Next free throw is good. So Obanecki gets 1 out of 2. It's 55-53, Valley by 2. Nelson into the forecourt. Under 10 minutes to go in this very entertaining Heart of America Conference game. Garcia open for a long three. This one won't go. Rebound underneath, however. Back up and in for Jonathan Green. Green now has 8. 55 all.
Boy, that ball danced on the rim the longest of time and finally fell in.
Hickey top of the key to Halfacre. Turns, gives it off to Laquan Turner. Turner back out front to Gronwald. Gronwald into Obanecki. Turns in the lane with a left hand. It won't go. Tipped by Halfacre, no good. Back to Obanecki. Clears some space and scores. He threw an elbow right in the chest of one of the Pioneers, cleared some space and laid it in.
Oh.
Now on the other end, the shot is no good by Green, but a foul.
And Ken, I'll tell you what, Chisholm Obanecki and Devontae Halfacre were battling that offensive board. They were fearless in that last possession, and Obanecki finally got the ball in the stick back. So that's what you like to see those big guys do.
Foul is on Halfacre, his second. Devontae is 6'7" junior.
How do you be that big and that physical and only have 2 fouls?
No kidding. Devontae out of St. Louis. Free throw's good. Laquan Turner is out. Next one is good. 57 all, 9:11 to go. Randall had a short rest. He's ready to come back in. Price off to Hickey, top of the key. Hickey gives it off to Gronwald. Swinging all the way across to the right side. Now baseline Hickey. Back out it comes to Price, off to Gronwald. Gronwald drives left side all the way to the basket. He's bumped and fouled, and if that's the 10th foul, he'll shoot 2.
Again, I'm going to predict. I'm going to say either Brody Gronwald or Kyle Hickey. One's going to have a big impact on this game scoring-wise down the stretch. Neither have scored yet, but I've got a feeling one of them's going to somewhat explode down these last 9 minutes of the game.
Jordan picked up the foul, his second. And that is the 10th foul on the Pioneers. He'll have another one. And it is good. So there's the first point for Brody Gronwald. You know, I want to mention while he's getting ready and Randall comes in, talk a bit. Chad Jenkins, the SID at Mid-American Nazarene, always watches when they play here.
Does a great job.
Gives us a lot of information on the side.
Does a great job.
You know how sometimes in a football game they have that rules expert? He's kind of our Heart of America Conference expert. He always keeps me informed of what's going on. Second free throw, no good.
Good guy. Remy Price and Green Remy Price and Jordan go to the mat that time.
So if we say something wrong or have a stat wrong,
he'll
Mr.
correct
Jenkins will correct us.
Okay.
That's good.
We need to be corrected.
Many times. All right. Jordan will inbound against a little pressure for the Vikings. And he gets it into Andrus. 58-57, Valley by 1. Andrus into the forecourt. 32nd timeout taken by Rocky Lamar. So he wants to talk about it for just a bit.
You know, Ken,
I thought he took a timeout. I guess
no,
not.
Maybe not. Yeah, he looked like he put his hands on his shoulders like that was going to be a timeout, but I guess not.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be MidAm's ball. They trail by 1. Vikes up, 58-57.
So I guess they thought he wanted a timeout, changed his mind. 58-57. Andrus gives it off to Page. Page on the right wing, guarded by Gronwald. Now to Garcia. Page out front. 5 on the shot clock, 4. Page going to drive to the basket. Fouled on the floor.
Gronwald with the foul. If that's Brody's, that'll be his 4th.
And it's going to be a 1-and-1. Gronwald has been in foul trouble, has 4 fouls and 1 point. Brody leads his team in scoring.
Tim Washington. Timmy checks back in.
So Washington's out there. Price, Halfacre, Obanecki, Hickey. Randall's back out, and he's talking to the trainer for the Pioneers. Free throw good by Page.
Tied once again.
58 all, 8:23 left. 59-58, Page hits them both. Oh, here come the Vikings, down by 1. Obanecki to Hickey, back to Obanecki for the slam and a foul. Little give and go. Hickey to Obanecki, slammed it and was fouled.
That's the old give and go play, and the Vikings ran it to perfection right there. A nice cut by Obanecki, and That backboard is still rattling, I think.
And he did not put the ball on the floor. He got the pass, took 2 steps, and jammed it.
Shuffled those feet. I don't think he traveled, but it was fairly close.
All right, Obaneki will try to give the Vikings a 2-point lead now.
Come on, Chisholm.
And cannot. That's spun out. So again, the Vikings not really helping themselves in the free throw line. 60-59, a 1-point game. Ostertag gives it off to Garcia, left side. To Page, he'll launch a jumper, won't go. Strong rebound to Jordan. Kicks it back out. Andrus goes baseline. Kicks it back to Garcia, or rather Page drives in the lane. He's fouled by Washington. 7:49 left.
Yeah, Gabriel Jordan's been all over that floor today.
Good player. Strong player.
Well, the Vikings right now, it's Remy Price, Devontae Halfacre, Tim Washington, Kyle Hickey, and Chisholm Obaneki, the 5 on the floor.
Free throw no good. Rebound Obaneki. As the free throw by Page is no good. Vikings clinging to a 1-point lead. 7.5 to go. Ball tipped away. Last touch by Page. Randall will check in, and Chad Lance wants a timeout. 7:37 to go. 60-59 is our score.
You know, you talked a minute ago, we talked about Halfacre being 7 for 7 from the floor. My grandson Braden, he's here. He loves to come to these Viking games with me. He's playing on the 8th grade team over at Beaker. And I went and watched him play Sedalia last night. They won, and I told him, I said, Braden, I'm going to tell you something. I remember playing one of my first 8th grade games in my life when I was at Lexington, right in here in this gym
Same
at Beaker.
gym, huh?
And that first game, I was 12 for 12.
12 for 12.
I
That's
shot
not
12
bad.
shots and missed all 12.
Missed all 12. Okay. well, at least you got better.
I put them in the air.
Hey, you had somewhere to work. You had something to work on.
Yeah.
Had something
Nowhere to go but up.
That's right. 60-59, Vikings with the lead. Valley shooting 40% now, 23 out of 57. The Pioneers 44%. They've only taken 43 shots. They're 19 out of 43. Vikings not helping themselves to the line here in the second half. They're 11 out of 18 for the game, 61%, 75%, 18 out of 24 are the Pioneers. Rebounds about even. Turnovers, 11 for the Pioneers, 9 for the Vikings.
You know, we talk about Jace Lance, who's the freshman son of Valley coach Chad Lance.
Good player.
He's playing for the Marshall High School varsity as a freshman. Scored 22 points, I know, the other night.
He's had a good
I
start.
think he had 21 last night, maybe.
Here's Page with a steal. Page gets it quickly down court, and he's fouled. Page got the ball off to Andrus, back to Page, and he's fouled. 60-59, 7:27 to go.
Chisholm
Obaneki with a
Obaneki,
foul.
yep.
His third.
Well, if he hadn't have fouled him, I think that would have been an easy bucket. So probably a pretty good foul. As Romeo Smith gets set to check in, down under 7.5 minutes to go in the game.
And his free throw is missed it, and Page has missed his last 2. He's now 3 out of 6 for the line.
Now Bobby Collins back in. Devontae Halfacre takes a seat, as does Chisholm Obaneki. So you got Romeo Smith, Bobby Collins, Kyle Hickey, Tim Washington, and I think Remy Price on the floor for the Vikings.
Page missed the first one. He'll have another one here. And gets it. So he breaks his 0 for 2 drought. He now has 8 points. We're tied at 60. Washington around the screen, stops free throw line. Now they look inside for Romeo, but instead Price going to take an outside jumper, didn't go. And the rebound is pulled down by, they get it to Andrus as Page had the rebound. Now Page leans in.
Page shoved off for that offhand, I think, no call.
And he missed the shot. So here come the Vikings. Will open as Washington, that 3 pinballs in and out. And the rebound, Page fires it down, trying to get it to Garcia. Garcia just batted it back in play, and it came right to Price. Now the Vikings the other way. Here's Price, no-look pass to Smith. Now they'll set it up out front for Washington. Washington to Price. 6:35 to go, tied at 60. Price gives it off to Hickey. Hickey in front of the Viking bench. Looks for a screen, puts it on the floor, leans in, tough move, won't go. Fight for the loose ball, and it's picked up by Andrus.
I think Randall got the ball on that shot by Hickey. Randall got a piece of it, knocked it away.
Here comes Randall on Romeo. He misses the teardrop, and it comes down to Remy Price. Both coaches pleading for fouls. Here's a long pass down to Romeo. Romeo off the glass and scores. Nice catch. Gathered himself and laid it in.
Where art thou, Romeo?
And now a travel is called on the other end as the Pioneers try to hustle the ball up court, and they walk with it.
All right, Vikes 2-point lead. We're under 6 minutes to play in the game.
These officials are saying, I can't please either coach tonight. You know?
Rocky Lamar called a timeout. I think he called that timeout just to talk to the official.
62-60. Now coming into this game tonight, the Vikings are 4-2 in league play, and the Pioneers are 3-2. Other games in the league, Avila's at Clark. Avila looking for their first win. Clark's 2-4. Baker at Mount Mercy. Baker 3-3. One of those wins over William Penn. Mount Mercy, we saw them win here Monday night. They're 3-3. CMU is at Grandview. Good game there. Both teams are 4-2. Culver's at Graceland. Graceland, Joe, they're a team that's surprising a lot of people.
They really are, yeah. They've only lost, I think they've lost, what, 2 conference games? Yeah.
Peru's at Benedictine, Evangel at William Penn, and Mid-America, of course, here.
I think when the season's over, you're going to see, somebody will probably, maybe 2 teams tie for the top spot, who knows. But I think you're going to see a lot of teams bunched together throughout the standings with the same record.
Oh, I do, too. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it all shakes out. That last week of February, those last few games could be very interesting. 62-60.
And I still don't know. Do we know yet about the format for the conference tournament?
I think I'm guessing with how many teams we have, 14 now?
Yeah,
probably
14.
do the same. I'm just guessing they'll probably have 10, maybe 10 in. Was it last year when we had 2 that didn't make it?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe they'll add a couple play-in games.
Who knows?
Hey, who knows? Let's let them all play. We'll just get in one place and play it all.
Got to win it all to get that automatic berth anyway.
Laquan Turner off to Washington. Washington right wing. 2-point lead. Gives it to Hickey. Hickey into the corner to Turner. Turner tried to drive, nowhere to go. Back out to Washington. Fakes the 3. Now he's stripped to the ball by Page. Page 1-on-2 all the way to the rack for the tie, and he got it.
That was a good play by Jonas Page. Good control that time to get the basket.
5:30 to go. Here's Kyle Hickey. Hickey now working to the free throw line. Dumps it underneath to Collins. Lays it in.
Great pass by Kyle Hickey. Bobby Collins open, and Hickey found him.
And you know what? Collins thought about a jam, but he said, nope, I'm just going to lay it over the lip of the rim.
I think he made the right decision.
Yep, make sure I make this shot. Andrus, high post to Jordan. Jordan, 3-pointer by Page, rattles home from the right wing. Page turning up the offense, 65-64.
13 points for Page now.
And the lead goes back to the Pioneers. Romeo Smith, triple team, tried to get it into Collins. It's taken away by Garcia. Garcia on Washington all the way to the rack. Missed the layup. It's tipped by Smith back to Washington. Washington into the forecourt. 4:40 to go. Washington, now he loses it. Picked up by Page. He goes around Hickey. Hickey with a foul, and Page goes back to the line.
Yeah, I tell you, boy, Jonas Page is really kind of taking over for Mid-America here down the stretch. That foul, like you said, will come up on Hickey.
So Page will go back to the line. And he will shoot 2 as he was fouled on the shot. First free throw, no good by Page. He is 4 out of 8 from the line.
Down to 4.5 left to play.
Page missed that one. He's missed about 50% in his last few free throws. He gets that one down. In fact, he's 5 out of 9 on the evening. 66-64, a 2-point lead for the Pioneers. All right, here come the Vikings. Remy Price, Gronwald back in. Gronwald with 4 fouls. Off to Hickey. Hickey and Gronwald. Two of the leading scorers. Only 1 point between the two of them. Price to Hickey. He's going to launch a 3, top of the key. That's good. That's the shot you were looking for, Joe. Hickey buries that triple at 67-66 Vikings timeout Valley.
You know, when you admire a guy that hasn't scored, you haven't scored, your confidence probably not at its height, yet you get a shot at a key point in a game like this and you bury it. And that's exactly what Kyle did that time.
4:16 to go. Another timeout taken by the Vikings. This is a big ball game in the standings early on. Vikings want to stay just a game back if they can win this one. And, of course, you know, any road win is huge. So if Mid-America could win this game, that would just be a huge win for them.
Well, Mid-America is only 3-2, but their 2 losses, overtime to Peru State and a very close loss on the road to what I hear is a very good Grandview team. So, you know, they could be, they're 3-2. They could be 5-0 right now.
All right. After the timeout, Randall will inbound the ball. And he looks to get it in and does to Andrus. Andrus will bring it up. 1 point Valley lead. 4:12 to go. Andrus against Price. High post. They go to Green. Green turns, faces the basket from the top of the key. Looks, and now to Randall. He'll try an outside shot. It won't go. Rebound, Romeo Smith. And Romeo.
Good job, Romeo.
Protects that ball. He gets it to Hickey, who gives it off to Remy Price. Under 4 to go. Price, top of the key. Gronwald fakes the 3, puts it on the floor, and he's going to be fouled on Green, and that's it. Jonathan Green's gone. 10 points for Green, but he is out of here. And now Gronwald will go to the line.
Brody is 1 out of 2 so far tonight. He only has 1 point in the game. This is a good time for him to pick up about 8 or 10 points quickly if he can.
Yes, it would be. Decent crowd here. Finals start on Tuesday at Missouri Valley College.
Last conference home game before the break. We will have a game, a non-conference game that week after next. And we go to Central Methodist on Saturday for the last conference game.
And a good time for us to say thanks to Chaz Maddy and his crew.
Yeah.
The video crew doing a fantastic job bringing you all the pictures tonight, and Brody misses the free throw. He is off, just 1 out of 3 from the line. 67-66 Vikings. Next one by Brody. He missed them both.
Daryl Lemire gets set to check in.
Daryl has not played. He's getting ready to come in now. Here's Page working against Hickey. Knocked away by Gronwald. Taken away by Price. Here comes Price racing to the basket. Lays it in from the left side. Well, Gronwald missed both free throws, but he tipped that one away, and Price gets the 2, 69-66.
How quick did Remy get down the floor one more time?
Here's Andrus, top of the key, guarded by Price. 3:20 to go. Now they go underneath. Give it off to Randall. His bank shot from just inside the free throw line is good. Randall now has 11. Another timeout taken, a 30-second timeout. I think this one taken by the Pioneers, 69-68.
Do you think Randall tried to bank that? That was from the head of the key. No. I don't either. I think, you know, he's usually a pretty good shooter, but I think he just missed that one so badly he made it.
Yeah,
hit the backboard and went in.
About the free throw line, he took that shot and he 15-footer and he banked it in.
But who knows? He might have said, I'm not hitting the jumper. Let me see if I can hit the backboard.
He has 11 points. Garcia has a couple of threes. He has 8.
Jordan's been the big story for
18.
them. Though. Yep.
Page coming off the bench. Page now has 14 points.
Yeah, Page is in. He has most of his. He only had 3 at halftime, so he's had 11 of his points here in the second half.
Vikings are led by Halfacre. He has 14. Price has 10. Washington has 12.
And by far, Devontae Halfacre's best game of the year.
Here we go. 3 minutes to go at 1 point Viking lead. Price with the basketball, gave it off to Collins, back to Price. 3 minutes left. Price working that right side. Jill jump step. Back to Hickey. Lets it go. Won't go. Rebound tipped, his own miss. He gets it to Collins. His layup is no good. And Collins going to be called for a foul. Hickey knew that shot wasn't any good. He raced after it, tipped it to Collins. He missed the follow, and then he fouled.
You know, you like to see that. So many shooters stand around and hold that wrist up in the air and watch to see where the ball goes. You like to see them follow their shot. So good job by Kyle, but big foul right there on Collins. So that's going to put Jordan on the line for that's going to be 2 shots with 2:48 left to play. Vikings leading by 1.
And here is Mr. Jordan. He is 6 out of 7 from the line. And gets the first one. He's having quite a game.
Is that 19 for
I
him?
have him with 19 points.
Yep.
Tied at 69. What's new when these two get together? MidAm averages 84 a game. The Vikings 78. Missed the second one. Ball is tipped, but it's going to be saved into the Vikings. So we have a tie game here. Price, 2:38 to go. Top of the key. Looks for Hickey, gets it to it. Now they send Gronwald around, and let's see, a offensive foul on whom? Chad Lance disagreeing with the call. Now the officials are going to get together.
Nope, now they're going to be over here looking at the monitor again.
I don't know what they're talking about.
I think they're trying to decide who the foul was on. I think they called on Brody, and Brody said I wasn't even around, I think. I'm not sure.
Well, Hickey came around the baseline, and Brody was there to follow him, and I don't know
Brody
contact.
Doesn't say much, but he's pretty upset now.
If it's on him, he's done.
Yeah. I think that's the discussion is who there's a foul, but who is the foul on?
Guess
I think
what? We're probably going to see a monitor check.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That I guarantee you that was not a quick turnaround last time.
2:33 to go, 69 all. 18 seconds on the shot clock.
Coach Chad Lance says, if you don't know it's a jump ball, our ball.
2:33 left, 18 seconds. Both coaches now just
we really got
heads.
5 officials on the floor.
Yeah.
We got 3, and then the 2 coaches are both helping out.
Rocky and Chad both talking. Now the officials, I think they're going to go to the monitor again.
No.
Take another 10 minutes.
No, guys, come on. It's just a game.
Oh, the coaches. I got to talk to the coaches here. So, well, without saying a word, we can see very quickly who's going to win this argument. They're talking to Rocky Lamar first.
He's
pleaded
not happy.
his case. He's not happy.
He's not happy, so that might be good news for us. Who knows?
And Chad didn't say much. Chad nods.
Chad looks okay. He just kind of relaxed.
All right. So it's going to be Viking ball, I think.
Okay, all right.
So maybe an inadvertent whistle?
I don't know.
I guess an inadvertent whistle of some kind.
2 inadvertent flags on that play.
So the Vikings will have it with 18 seconds. So no foul. And I guess they just blew the whistle and there was no foul.
I think they called a foul originally, but maybe they decided that wasn't a foul. I don't know.
So the Vikes will have it with 18 seconds on the shot clock, 2:33 in the game. Get it inside to Remy
It's
Price.
a big possession right here.
Here's Remy. Back it comes to Collins. Collins around to Gronwald on the right wing. Gronwald holds it around the screen and forces up a shot. He's fouled.
Good
play
job
by Brody.
And he got, I think that was Randall, wasn't it? Did he get Randall up in the air? Yeah.
Brody, he's done that before. Kind of leans into that defender, gets him up in the air, and leans underneath him, and then forces up a shot.
Gave that little head and shoulder fake, then ducked right into the contact.
Well, he missed his last 2 free throws.
He's not going to miss a bunch this time, I don't think.
And he knocks the first one.
Yeah, he's going to come through this time.
2 points on the night for Brody Gronwald.
Could be a trifecta. It could be a 3-point possession.
Second of 3. Got it. It wasn't pretty, but it rolled in.
Daryl Lemaire getting set to check in. We haven't seen DL in the game yet tonight.
Daryl will be in, 6'3" junior. Third free throw. Good.
That way, Brody. Good job.
Gronwald gets them all. Lemaire in for the first time. Gronwald is out, and he'll come back in for the offensive possession.
Yeah, Brody's got 4 fouls.
Yeah. Randall gets the ball in to Andrus. 72-69 Valley, 2:15 to go. Round a screen by Randall is Andrus. Off it comes to Garcia. Garcia back out. Garcia working against Lemaire. Baseline, Price buries a triple for the tie. A tough shot, and he hit it.
Page has had a big second half.
72 all, 1:57 to go. Now Price in front of the Viking bench. Round a screen by Romeo. Flashes down right side off the glass, no good. Romeo tips it. Ball loose on the floor. It's picked up by the Vikings. Lemaire out front to Hickey. Fresh 30 on the shot clock, 1:42 to go. Price will bring it back out front. We're tied at 72. Collins to Lemaire. Darrell, one dribble. Almost walked with it. Gives it to Hickey. 17 on the shot clock. Hickey working the right side. Gives it back out front for Price. Price down the right side all the way to the basket. Teardrop won't go. Ball loose. Picked up by Collins. The Vikings get a fresh 30 again.
Boy, how many offensive rebounds have the Vikings gotten here in the last few minutes? They've gotten a slug of them.
72 all, 1:13 to go. Now the Vikings will take a timeout, and they get Gronwald back in the game. 21 on the shot clock, 1:12 in the game, and we're tied at 72. Whew. Well, no, like again, no doubt this was going to happen when these two teams get together.
Well, I hope we don't have another 3 or 4 overtimes. It's not snowing yet outside, is it?
Not yet.
How many years ago was that? We had that one that went 3 or 4 overtimes and drove home in about a 5-inch blizzard.
Yep. Not tonight, not anyway, not yet anyway. A minute 12 to go.
Then we had one up at their place here several years ago that I think they just kept hitting shot after shot after shot to send it into another overtime, but I think we finally won it.
That Garrettson was the one that made the shot here.
Yeah, he did.
And about a 3 overtime.
First 3 he'd ever hit, ever hit, I think. He said, I didn't know what to do with it. Somebody yelled shoot, so I did.
Chad Jenkins sends a note. This is the first time MNU and Valley have been tied late in the game since every time.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah.
You just might as well just count on it.
Yeah, that's good. Good way to put it.
You might as well just count on it.
Appreciate Chad helping us out today.
All right, here's Hickey. 21 on the shot clock, 1:12 to go in the game. You can throw it in the backcourt, and that's what he'll do to Remy Price. Now Price will walk it across. Vikings will have this possession at least one more. Price, take their time at the top of the key. Now he's going to work against Andrus. Down to 10,
9
down
seconds,
to 9.
yep.
1 minute to go. Here comes Price. Round the screen. Spins all the way to the basket. Gives it to Romeo. Off the glass and good. Got the penetration. Got it to Smith for the deuce. 74-72. The other way. Here comes Jordan. Off to Page. 45 seconds to go. 21 on the shot clock. Andrus. Top of the key against Remy Price. He'll drive inside. Take it left. Back to Randall. Fakes the 3. Now takes the 3. It's way off the mark. It goes out of bounds. Viking ball.
Wow. You know, Mid-America got the ball to the man they probably wanted to get it to, Justin Randall, and he put up an air ball from the head of the key. So Tim Washington comes back in. Remy Price will take a seat.
Well, the reason they do that, Tim a better free throw shooter.
Yeah. Boy, how about that play, though? Remy created the last time. Drove right to the right, ran the shot clock down, drove to the right, and found Romeo Smith, and Romeo did the rest.
Well, they go for the steal, and a timeout is taken by Rocky Lamar, and I laughed because Rocky was standing out trying to get the timeout, and the officials didn't see. So finally a huge timeout gesture in front of the official. 74-72, Valley with the lead. 34.1 seconds to go. Joe, you get the ball in. Well, it's up to Rocky. Do you foul right away, or do you play it down a little bit?
Well, you got about a 4-second differential between the game and the shot clock right now. So I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, Brody Growald just drained 3 free throws, so he's got to be feeling pretty good about that right now. So I think you keep the ball in his hands. Tim Washington, a pretty good free throw shooter. Kyle Hickey. Kyle's hit some big shots down the stretch. So I think you try to keep the ball in the hands of those guys who've come through before. If you get a good chance to go right to the bucket, go ahead and take it. Otherwise, let them foul you.
Let's see. Vikings from the line are 14 out of 23, 61%. Taking a look at the guys who are on the court right now and their free throws. Gronwald hit his last 3. He's 4 out of 7. Tim Washington 4 out of 4. Yeah, Remy Price was 0 for 3 from the free throw line.
I think Hickey, Gronwald, or Washington. Your 3 back. You got Price, you got Bobby Collins, Romeo Smith. So I think one of those other 3 are the 3 you try to get the ball to and hope they get fouled.
Well, here comes the pressure. Collins will trigger it. In it comes to Gronwald. He loses the ball and is fouled. Oh, Rocky Lamar didn't like that call.
No.
As the official right on the play didn't make the call.
Wow. Yeah. Rocky's face is as red as...
If he had a red tie, yeah.
As red as Santa Claus's suit.
You betcha. But he's not in the same mood Santa usually is right now.
No, he's not.
74-72, 31.9 seconds. Gronwald hit the line. Page committed the foul, his second.
You think he just told that official Merry Christmas?
Man. Free throw, good.
And Brody's done it. You know, really not. Brody's not had a basket in the game, and boy, he has hit 4 big free throws here down the stretch. Let's see if he can make it 5. If he does, it'll give the Vikings a 2-possession lead.
With 31.9 seconds to go. Next one by Gronwald. Got them both. So Gronwald 6 out of 9 from the line. He'll come out now. And Lemire back in.
Well, no doubt. They'll try to get to Brody again next time they have the ball.
Do not foul here. Do not foul. Here comes Andrus. He's going to take it right side, and he's fouled.
Yeah.
The entire bench yelling, don't foul, and there's a foul. It's on Washington, and that's his third. Now that stops the clock, 26.1.
Rocky Lamar wanted that basket to count. He got fouled at least 15 feet before he shot it.
At least. They took about 4 steps.
Yeah.
All right. Free throw. Andrus. Good. He only has 2 points. 2 out of 3 from the line.
I tell you, it's going to go, as so many games in this conference seem to do, it's going down right to the last 10, 15 seconds of the game. Not the last minute, the last 15 seconds.
Andrus will take another shot here. Eyes it, fires it, got them both. 1-point game, or 2-point game, 76-74. Have some men's scores. We'll be loud about the last game. Now here comes Kyle Hickey, and he's fouled as he brings it up the sideline.
And Kyle upset. He had 2 guys wide open, Tim Washington, Bobby Collins, both wide open right under the basket. And he couldn't get, he got fouled before he could get the ball to either one of them.
Avila wins a game today. They beat Clark 73-64.
Where was that played?
At Clark. Mount Mercy beat Baker 82-71. Here's the first free throw on the way by Hickey. Good.
So Kyle's keep money in the bank also. I think good job by Coach Chad Lance. He's got the ball to the right shooters here at the end.
Grandview beat Central Methodist 91-83. Got them both. So it's a 4-point game, and William Penn over Evangel 100-71. Yeah. All right, 4-point game, 21.3 seconds to go. Vikings put some pressure on, and here comes Andrus all the way to the rack. Throws it up with the left hand, it goes in. Andrus scores another timeout. 2-point game, 15.4 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, give Gronwald and Hickey a lot of credit, but give Payne Andrus credit for Mid-America. 2 times in a row, he hit 2 free throws and took that one right to the rack. It's a 2-point game, Vikes possession, as you said, with 15.4.
Wow. Been a long last minute, but an exciting one. 78-76, 15.4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think, again, you get the ball to either Gronwald or Hickey.
As long as you keep making free throws, you're going to be in good shape.
Well, and that's the way you win close games. You got to hit those charity tosses.
15.4 seconds to go.
Well, I tell you what, if the Vikes could hold on, this would be a huge
win.
conference win, would move their record to 5-2, guarantee them an above 500 conference mark at the Christmas break. And 5-3 in this conference, not too shabby, but there's still a lot of time left here.
Collins wants to inbound the ball, and then there's a scrum at the top of the key. I mean, it's a battle out there. Collins will inbound. Full court pressures you might expect by the Pioneers.
Well, look at the shoving and the pushing.
Throws it deep, and it's to Tim Washington. Washington's fouled immediately.
And I mean, Justin Randall had Romeo Smith in an arm lock right out in the middle of the court. Nobody saw it, though.
Collins threw it into the forecourt. Tim Washington made the catch and was fouled immediately. That took about 0.6 of a second.
That foul, I believe, is on Garcia.
His first. Tim Washington, first one good.
Hey, Vikes. Is that 7 in a row they've hit here down the stretch?
Yep, that's 7 in a row down the stretch, and that's what they've needed. And make another one. Washington, no problem there. 80-76, 12 seconds to go. Here's Andrus, long 3 by Page, no good. Ball rebounded by
Vikes are going to win this one. They're going to win it.
Collins takes it all the way, dribbles under the basket, brings it in front of the Viking bench, and this game is over. And the Vikings win it 80-76. The Vikings score 40 points in each half, Joe.
Yeah, good. This is a big win right here.
Yep, and with this win now, the Vikings go to 5-2 in league play and 6-3 overall. But forget the overall; it's all league play from now on. and the Pioneers will drop to 3-3. So the Vikings, William Penn and Grandview both won, so they're both 6-1, but the Vikings just a game behind. CMU lost, so the Vikings move ahead of them. We don't have a Benedictine or Graceland score yet, but good job by the Vikings. They will stay in second place, just a game behind William Penn
and I'll tell you what,
Grandview.
Ken, I've got this trophy to my left. It's in honor of Coach Chad Lance's 200th career win. I guarantee you that trophy's going to look a lot better tonight after this win.
No question about that, as the Vikings hang on to win this one by the score of 80-76, and it's a big, big win for Missouri Valley. Let's get the coach in here, and we'll have him sit down. We'll talk to him for just a bit, and then we'll give you the quick scoring before we get out of here. But a big game for the Vikings. They win it by the score of 80-76. We'll get Chad Lance's comments on this one. Coach, I tell you what, good win tonight, 40 points in each half. You guys did exactly what you wanted them to do.
Well, we knew MidAm was going to come out and make a run, and you know, they do such a good job of getting you in mismatch problems because they got big, strong guards, and they'll post tons of different people. And I thought we just stayed the course and kept playing, and then he tried to switch some things on us defensively, and we tried to get Remy downhill as best as we can. And me and Coach Powell talk about it all the time. Is I think we're a good free throw shooting team, and you know, they came in big down the stretch for us.
I think you made your last 9. I believe starting with the 3 that Brody made on the missed three-point attempt. I don't think you missed another free throw.
No, I mean, it was great, you know, and Brody's getting tons of attention, rightfully so. I mean, people are doing a great job of running him off stuff, and we had some other guys step up tonight, and, you know, that was an overall great, great team win.
Coach, with that win, you remain a game behind because the two teams ahead of you, Grandview and William Penn, both won today, but you stay just a game behind, and I'll tell you, that's a pretty good place to be heading to CMU on Saturday.
Yeah, you know, we talk about it in the pregame and postgame all the time that taking care of home court advantage is huge. And, you know, we slipped up a little bit, but I think that this week, you know, we bounced back. Anytime you play 3 games in a week and you come out 2-3, you never want to factor in a loss. But, you know, you're playing 3 really good teams in our league. So it's a grind and it's a hustle. And, honestly, we shouldn't be this worn out this early in December.
How about Devontae Halfacre? What a game.
We know I've been screaming at our post to be big and to post and be assertive, and he came out the box and he did a great job. So you just look at it statistically right there. Devontae has 14, Bobby has 10, and Romeo has 11. And that's what post presence does. And then Chisholm comes in and he gets 5. I mean, that's what post presence does.
Points in the paint, you outscored them 44-28, so that's what you're talking about.
That is what we're talking about, especially when they're putting so much pressure on us. You know, they chase Kyle. They've seen Kyle for a while, and they've seen Brody for a year, and we've got to be able to have that interior play.
Coach, good win. We'll do it next Saturday.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, you bet. Joe, let's go over the scoring of this game, and then we'll get out of here. It's approaching 6:30 Central Time. Big win for the Vikings, though, as they will remain a game out of first place. Let's go over the scoring of this one, and then we'll wrap things up.
Well, you know, it's hard to say one win any better than others, but I'd say this could be the biggest win of the year yet for the Vikings. Just a huge win against a very good Mid-America team. And again, the Vikings win at 80. Was it 80-76?
80-76.
And let me see if I've got, I don't know if I have the final.
I think that's the final one right there. Yeah, that's the final right there.
Is that the final?
Nope. Here's the final.
Is that the final one? Okay. All right, for the Vikings, looks like 5 players in double figures. Very good balance for the Vikings. Probably the best game of the year for Devontae Halfacre. He has 14 points, 7 rebounds in the game. Also 14 for Tim Washington, so they lead the way for the Vikings, but close behind, 11 for Romeo Smith. He did a good job. He had 5 rebounds in the game, 10 points each for Remy Price, and also 10 for Bobby Collins, as Bobby continues to make some big shots, make some big plays. And then you drop off there, Brody Growald only 6, but all 6 of those down the stretch when the Vikes needed those big free throws. Also, you look at the Kyle Hickey. Kyle only 5 in the game, but he hit that big 3-point shot late. Also hit 2 free throws down the stretch. 5 points also for Laquan Turner. He did a nice job off the bench, as did Chisholm Obaneki. He wound up with 5. and I think that rounds it up. So the Vikings, good scoring. A lot of different people contributed tonight for Mid-America. 3 players in double figures. Gabriel Jordan had a great game. He led all scorers with 19 points, 17 for Jonas Page. I think 14 of those in the second half, 11 for Justin Randall, below his average. Vikes did a good job on him. 9 for Jonathan Green. Looks like 8 for Ryan Garcia. 5 points for Payne Andrus. 4 points for the big guy, Cody Ostertag, and 3 points, 1 3-pointer by David Nelson. But Vikings win it. Let's see, rebounding, Ken. Vikings, pretty close there. The Vikings out-rebound Mid-America 38-35. The Vikings from the floor shoot 40.6%. Mid-America 44%. But Vikes, both teams turned the ball over 14 times, so pretty even game right down to the wire. But Vikes hit those big free throws down the stretch, and I think that made the difference.
Big win tonight. We'll do it again Saturday from Fayette. The first game starts at 2, so we'll be with you on movell.edu, just the audio only, shortly before 2 o'clock on Saturday. For Chaz Matty and his crew, and for Joe Wall, I'm Ken Cuiava. So long from Marshall.